in case. Just in case the cup's been holding her back. Let's be
Hey, live should give a good one.
Oh,
there we go. Having approached the edge of the goblin camp and removing some of its guards, ushering your group of friendly goblins into the danger. Eventually, you were met with the challenge of facing the ogre at the front gates before your final boss, your opponent that was the newcomer. A demonic creature disguised as a bugbear that had been seizing control of the goblin camp, having them hunt down prey, sheep, and townsfolk alike. Having dealt with the creature and watching its corpse crumble to ash, you were revered as leaders of this tribe. And quickly were able to find the surviving hostages that had been held within this encampment and slaying a phase spider, which guarded the small horde in the tunnels behind the tribe. You passed leadership to a hobgoblin and a few of the more trained and skilled goblins of the camp. And with the rescued hostages, Jim and Harris, you began making your way back through the forest, back to the city. Encountering the druid again, and a pact its size unknown was made between Strider and the Dryad. And you pushed through the forest, coming across the ruins where you'd slain the spiders, now seeing a hill giant gorging itself on the barely rotting corpses of the giant spiders. But you pushed through and eventually found your horses tied, eating grass next to the cart and the chunk of mithril still laying on the road. You asked that Jim try and hold off from delivering it to the gear, as you assume an investigation is to come. And we pick up there, a few hours outside the city.
Are we, like, on the carriage, on the way, or are we...
If that's where you want to be.
Yeah, I just want to be in carriage.
Yeah.
Yorna.
Yes?
I had a question to ask you about the Iron Legion and the gear. Do you guys have similar uniforms?
I mean, we both sections, I suppose, have the red going.
I had a idea, we'll have to talk to S about this, but I assume the Iron Legion plans to leave members around each warden.
Or,
city.
well, basically more outspread, so that, you know, we are spread thin, but essentially we're trying to cover as much as we can.
Would you say it's within the interest of the Iron Legion and us, the three of us, to have Iron Legion members stationed with the gear? Because if the wardens can go wrong in the city, what says they can't in the factory?
I'm sure that someone will have gone to the gear.
That's the thing, if there's a chance we can get any spare uniforms from your people, we could get a front view to the gear if we wanted.
If you want a front view, I can just see what I can do.
Well, again, we should talk to S about, but I just wanted to get your input.
I think my input would be that I would rather not have to steal uniforms for you guys to wear. I'd rather, if you want the entrance, I would have to either go by myself or see if I can get you guys to come in with me. But then we've raised the suspicion that we are investigating on our own.
As long as you can draw me up with location areas, I can make myself scarce as you go.
Yes, well, I mean, I think I'd prefer you to hide rather than have to steal uniforms for you to wear. I think that would probably suit you better anyway.
I just don't trust the gear right now.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I mean, they could be just as clueless.
Yeah, but it's not just about the purple liquid anymore. It's about ordering more mithril and ingredients to that degree that can't even be used. Yeah.
How did we come across that information again? The mithril
Argentum.
said it. Okay, so relatively common knowledge. Oh, well,
Well, he was told to be, but hush on it, right? On the delivery of like a lot of.
He didn't give you that information.
Yeah,
Sebastian did.
yeah,
He just confirmed it.
yeah.
because I'm just wondering if I can maybe ask someone I know. Maybe she knows.
I still think it's best to keep the mystery and everything between us three.
Well,
Okay.
I just think at the very least, I'm an Iron Legion member, so it wouldn't be strange for me to ask these questions.
That's true. Just make sure they don't. If any of them are up in, you don't want to seem too pushy, so just be careful.
I understand.
Jim,
Oi!
delivering all this mithril, is that the main reason why you're here in town?
I mean, the
He's
shops
also-
in town.
That's true.
He's also here for the festival.
And that.
Is it a hush-hush on how much mithril you're bringing for the gear, or is it common
Relatively
knowledge?
common knowledge.
I mean, we don't go talking about our customers' orders, if that's what you're asking.
Maybe I keep my mouth shut for now then.
Who did you get the order from?
I just came through the usual channels from whoever represents the gear.
Okay.
I think Natasha usually handles them.
I know we've lost a lot of you so far, but we're just investigating things that have gone wrong with the wardens recently.
I had a feeling.
So anyone that gets to be around them so often would be a suspect for now. And how do you deliver the mithril to them? Do you keep them in a crate, a bag, just as their own chunks?
I mean, we deliver them on the cart and crates.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna go to one of the crates. If we need to stop the. Does he have a crate of mithril?
Everything that he had has been dropped in that one. He came back out here for the one
that
big chunk.
I'm gonna go to that big chunk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna grab my 50-foot rope and
Yeah.
cut stuff off it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to nizzle under and like tie it around.
Mm-hmm.
Just like it's there to hold any loose pieces.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna have it there.
Okay.
Just to keep something off mine on it, just in case we need to track,
Okay. Yeah.
potentially. Yes, might know someone that could track objects. Yeah, well, that's kind of all I had to ask.
I think I'm alarmed. How are we gonna deal with that? Do we have a time limit?
No, there's no time limit. It has to be done within a week or a few months.
So there is a time limit.
It was vague at best. Weeks, months, it could happen. Punishment wasn't said if it wasn't done. But I don't break my promises, so
'Cause-
notice.
We're looking for the thing that's infesting the forest.
Yeah, whatever's rotting it.
And she said that might be in the city.
She said it wasn't in the forest.
So just anywhere beyond the forest.
Well,
Yeah,
she said the heart, didn't you? Heart of something.
yeah, it was in the heart or something. So the middle.
It'll be in
Wouldn't
the
it be
middle
the
of...
city?
It could very well be the city, but it could also be the... I don't know, if you looked at the entire continent. What's
What's
the
in the
center?
middle of the city?
What is in the middle of the city? he
And then
asks.
I would
The
like
factory.
to ask... and then I would like to ask, what is the middle of our continent?
Oh, geez, all right. Let me bring my maps up.
Maps.
Continent, middle of the continent. Middle of the continent or middle of the nation?
That's called
Just the area that we're in.
Where's that nation?
Oh, yeah, no, continent.
Middle of the continent would be way down in the Beastlands.
Yeah.
Oh,
Middle of the nation would be in the hills just above Argentum.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Middle of the city
yo.
is
If I measure
Scooby Doo this shit.
we're talking like bird's eye in the
Yeah,
middle.
yeah.
Okay. Probably the kind of cheap entertainment district in the Ring of Earth,
God damn it.
next to the Arcane Sundial.
Oh,
it kind of makes
sundial.
sense.
Sundial.
Well, no, hold up. If it's rotting the forest and the dryads, wouldn't it rot like other things? With the city?
Well,
Like,
that's why I
plants?
thought it was a connection with what happened at Wood End.
Did I happen to walk past a library while going around the lower city?
There would have been bookshops, but no libraries.
Do you know of any libraries in the city that could possibly have any writings of what may have happened in the forest?
I know of a library.
Give me an intelligence check.
19.
19. I mean, are we thinking what kind of knowledge? What kind of library?
Just things on, I suppose, not so much history within the city, but it's kind of regarding, like, history outside of the city and nature-related things.
Yeah. I'll say the libraries that you can think of, and I'll let you kind of decipher these, are both in the like business district of the Ring of Stone.
Okay.
One is the Argentum Archives, which is a library specifically devoted to the city's history. And there is one that you don't have any personal experience with called the Tome Trove, which is a little bit more arcane focused, but it's a bit of a members only type location.
would Strata know of any of these libraries?
You would know of Argentum Archives.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would actually like to see if I could remember anything for stories that I've heard or books that I might have read of anything destroying like living plants.
Give me a history check.
Because I have a theory. Oh, okay. 16.
16. I mean, any number of things. Natural blights, magical creatures of various descriptions.
Yorna, you said that you seem to know quite a lot about the plants or flowers or something from Argentum.
Well, there's a druid town not far from here, or village rather, Wood End, where I had encountered some strange natural phenomena.
But what about the city?
I haven't discovered anything strange, but yes, I do tend to the gardens when the druids aren't tending to them.
Would you say it's correct to assume that everything that's been infected by this blight, we'll call it, were living plant things? And I mean, I'm sure all plants are living, but the aspect of dryads are tree people that can speak. You ran into
Violent
twig
twigs.
violent things. Anything?
Well,
The only
I've-
things we know affected are alive.
Well, I have kept an eye on the city gardens, but they seem fine for now. But I am worried that whatever's going on, or whatever might have happened to the dryad, maybe has spread to Wood End and then might get the city gardens as well. I'm not entirely sure. That's why I tried to figure out what I could from the dryad.
I'll test something when we get back to the village. Jim, do you have a bandage anywhere?
Should be something back there.
I'll just look for a bandage.
Yeah.
And I will pull down my sleeve, bandage up the mark.
Just over that little
Yeah.
tattoo
So
mark.
this down here, and I'll put my cloak over it.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
Already get a hard enough time from strangers because of my eyes. I don't need a random
They-
deal with a plant beast to do it.
Are you cursed? I mean,
Now,
like
yeah.
with your eyes.
No. Well, no.
No?
So, well, it helps me with my vision, so I guess it's not a curse.
Did you like pop them out and just grab some dragonizer and
My eyes, one day I woke up and they were like this.
Really?
I didn't say that.
Yeah, sure. Persuasion if you're telling the truth, deception if you're lying.
Inside.
Am I supposed to beat about like
A natural 20.
6?
So?
I'm telling the truth.
Oh.
Might have not happened like directly overnight. Might have gotten a bit more yellow over time and then
So it just
it's.
happened naturally?
Yeah, I think it's because the things I drink are not for human consumption.
You're supposed to consume them.
Me. But
But you're human, right?
yeah,
Can I even say that?
if you want. I
You're a
look
demon.
like a human.
Look like a human, not like a
Get
human.
blinded.
There's a nat 20. Or 24.
5. Yes. Do
Alright.
we gotta ask something?
No, don't worry about it.
No, I just
So then,
haven't.
what can they do? Like, do you see things that we can is that all it is? Or is there like, you can have some like dragon power inside you and breathe fire or something?
I pull out a vial of weed powder,
Yeah.
like in the treasure hold, and I can pour this thing on things, and then for my eyes, I can see whatever it touches. If it's magical, it lights up for me. My vision.
So you do have some form of enhanced vision, then?
Yeah, I can see a little better than average person, and it helps me. My hunter sense potion. If I drink it, it kind of
So
connects
all-
with my eyes.
All your potions are mainly for you and your eyes?
Just for me. I wouldn't give them to someone else. My healing stuff is okay though. That's just like remedies.
Well, you said that your family.
Yeah, we did like medical. What do you call it? Pharmacy almost. So all my like healing stuff's normal, but when they disappeared and I had to come up with my own things to help counteract creatures, then I made my own stuff. Still breathing now though, so can't be poisonous or deadly.
Seems to be alright for now.
Have there been other incidents of this kind of phenomenon?
I'm sure if you went around the world, maybe someone made potions similar to me and done it, but other than that, no, not to my knowledge. Especially not here.
Well, then aren't you scared you might make another mistake like that?
I just keep to the same stuff I usually make.
And if you make something new?
Well, I've gotten better since I first started. I would say all this happened when I first started learning. Been never good at something straight away, unless you've got a talent for it. Which mine was not this, obviously. Yeah.
Well, that's true, I guess. Oh, no.
Yeah, I presume that we've been making our way this entire time.
Can you roll a d10 for me, please?
I can. Oh, that's the one.
The one.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Ah, shoot. All right. I look at this.
Anything else anyone's doing on the way back?
No, I just bandaged up my arm. Cleaning my blades properly, just to make sure that they're shiny.
Is there, because we're still in like foresty sort of terrain?
Well, like
not
plains.
really.
Yeah,
It's
more
just plains
plains.
now?
There are trees, but it's more like clumps and clusters. It's not so much
Okay, well,
forest.
either way, does any like vegetation here show any signs of like withering or the beginnings of the withering?
Give me a perception check.
Just as we're making our way back. That's a 12.
12. I mean, the plains on the outskirts of the city, there's trees and there's farmland here. It all seems relatively unharmed. I mean, you're coming out of winter and into spring, so nothing's healthy,
Yeah.
but it doesn't look any unnatural level of in danger.
What are our first stops when we get to Argentum? Because we need to tell S what we've done.
Well, I like to drop off old June at the blacksmith.
But he needs to come with us to S to drop off the mithril.
I think we all go to S.
Yeah.
All of us.
Okay.
Jim can make it back to his
What
place
about,
after we get to S.
Farmer Harris.
Okay, so we get to the entrance and go farmer.
Hey,
Once we get to Argentum, do you just want to help out and go home? Like, what's your plan?
I mean, unless you were planning on following me,
No?
then yeah.
Right. And then we can just let S know that we sorted that out.
Yeah. We'll do it with, well, Jim has to go there anyway, and then Jim can just take himself home, because I'm sure
We'll
he's safe.
definitely take Jim with us. But you'll be alright on your own. Harris.
Yeah.
I'd like to, can I try to get a vibe from Harris? What's he thinking?
A vibe check.
What's his posture? How's he feeling?
Give me an insight check.
Because we've been talking about some
I was going to
interesting
say,
subjects.
we have been saying a lot of stuff in front of this farmer.
Yeah, so I'm just curious what he's thinking. 25.
25. I mean, he seems frightened. He was in a goblin camp when the automaton malfunctioned,
Oh.
so he's a little just kind of absorbing and processing what the city's gonna be like when he
Alright,
gets back.
I'd like to address him.
He also looks still a couple of levels exhausted.
I see. Really quick, I've just realized we have spoken of a lot of things in your company. Is it alright if maybe you just keep your mouth shut about what has happened?
Sure, who am I gonna tell?
I don't know. I don't know how chatty you are. You look like you could use some rest. How far away are we, actually? Now that I think of it.
I mean, it would only be like an hour back to the city. So
As Yorna's saying
Take a
that,
power nap.
as Yorna's like saying that and crossing her arms like clean by blade.
I
all right.
Horde of goblin blood just.
All right. You approach the outer walls of the city again, those towering 60-foot high stone walls that line the edge of the town. And at the front gate, you see a few more people here now than there were when you first arrived. You can see there are 2 guard at each ballista, 4 guards at the main gates, along with one of the stone wardens and an Iron Legion member that you recognize from a distance as a kind of middle-aged dwarven man, which sets him at still a good 120 odd years, in the full Iron Legion attire and a great axe slung over his back.
I grab my cape and I unhook it, and I will cover the piece of mithril.
As you approach, again, as usual, someone stops the cart. They take a look at Jim's wax. They look at Harris's. Kind of pokes his head around the back. Goes, all right, and oh, what are you doing here?
running errands. I kind of got caught up in something and so was out for a bit, but I'm still technically on leave, so just bumbling about.
Fair enough. Right, waxes. We'll take everyone's.
Give my last hand slowly.
Checks through. Hands them back out. And says, right. Off you go. Heads into the city. You can see where, when you first entered, the Stone Warden that was accompanying the guards here was active on duty, is now powered down, ready to be activated if needed, but not on constant patrol.
That's smart, but it also just shows that they don't trust their own word.
Well, I mean, if anything, I think it'd scare people more if we still had them walking around, because then everyone would be constantly keeping their eyes out.
I feel the opposite way. I feel like if I saw them walking around as a civilian, I would think they got them fixed, not we don't know what the issue was. That's less reassuring.
I disagree.
Can I leave now?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Alright, take care now.
I'll take off.
Alright, Jim, can you take us to...
Argent Times.
Yeah. Argent Times, newspaper area.
Don't suckle.
Oh,
Oh shit, we just gotta... Yeah, I guess we get that one.
we're not cart.
I mean, I figured you would ride us up to the... and then we'd go up. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Where's the cop go?
Usually
can
I
drop
take it
off-
back to mine.
Oh, then yeah, we drop the
I
cart
saw-
off and we walk. I
Oh, we're
mean,
gonna
it's
drop the
no,
mithril off.
it's no issue.
You're taking the mithril.
Well, that was the plan, and then you were gonna come pick it up before you deliver it. So we could, like, study it.
Oh, you're gonna go that through.
Well, we're not now. Just hold on to it and don't deliver it.
That's
We
what I
might
thought.
send. We might send. If someone by the name of S or C comes and sees you, you can trust them. That way.
Right. Gotcha. Well, thank you very much. You coming back to the Emporium with me now, or what's the plan?
Maybe in a bit.
Right?
Actually, I have something at your store that I need to pick up.
No, yeah.
If you say so.
I really did order something and then had to leave to help.
Oh, you swung by on... Right, gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everyone
I'm
else?
going wherever the group is going, so yes, we'll head with you.
All right. And he'll continue the cart. And where previously walking or heading through this part of town, you would have seen, a couple of town's guard on a street corner and then a couple more another few blocks away. There's now seems like 3 or 4 town's guard every city block, and every, couple of blocks you can see an Iron Legion member roaming in the lower city, which is pretty uncommon sight. There are still Stone Wardens active and patrolling with these groups, but they seem to be less the primary force of enforcement. Well, energy around here is shite. And he'll continue forward till eventually you see the familiar sign to a couple of you of the Orporium. Right, here we are. And you lot can get up here, I'll take the cart down the back.
Thank you. I will get off and quickly go into the store.
Yeah. You can see that despite it being the middle of the day, the sign is flipped to closed.
I'm sure we'll stick.
Yeah, we'll just wait for Jim. Just someone that works for it. Or works for the company. Yeah, sure.
I would say if you've trusted S already, you might as well trust C as well.
There's a few people that work for the
Argentum.
yeah,
I mean,
the
it's a newspaper, there's dozens of people.
like I'm sure they're probably the best people at keeping secrets. Then
Well,
by sharing them, I guess. But yeah.
Eventually the door slams open after you hear a bit of hubbub inside for a while. Just before the door opens, you can hear people like, "Where have you been? It's been 3 days. What the fuck?" A bit of hubbub inside until eventually the door opens and smoke starts pouring out of one of the chimneys. She goes, "All right, come on in."
Okay.
You can see, now that everyone's here, a rather large open forge. Very similar to if you were to walk into like an automotive shop. You can see there are piles of ore on one side of the room, ingots and half-made weapons on another. You can see a couple of these constructs, these automatons strung up with missing limbs. Not any arcane work being done on them, but repair jobs of like metal surfaces.
physical.
In the back, you can see a series of 3 or 4 forges burning coals, but in the center of them, that large barrel-chested golem that you'd seen when you came in. That metallic forge construct that seems to be something of a refurbished, repurposed automaton.
I'll wave at it.
It just kind of... There's no response from it. It sits there. You can see coals burning in its center, and it eventually reaches in and pulls out malleable metal and places it on an anvil nearby.
Pretty cool, actually.
One of the other individuals that you bumped into when you came in previous night goes, "Oh, you're back."
It took a few more days than I thought, sorry.
Right, yeah, what happened?
We found Jim. Well, there were quite a few obstacles before Jim.
Right.
Yeah, captured by goblins.
Looks over at you and goes, "Shit, okay, that's a bigger deal than I was expecting." But he broke down.
Well, yes and no.
Must have broke down and then the goblins got to him.
Right. You had some stuff.
Requested silver bolt.
Right. He'll walk over. Did you have a specific amount of silver that you had given him?
I gave him. I had 30 silver.
How much would you have given him?
I just gave him the whole thing just in case he needed. I didn't know how much he needed.
All right. Then he'd give you like 20 of that back
Okay.
and a bundle of 20 silvered
Nice.
bolts.
I have a question.
Sorry, was that silver currency or silver like ingots?
Ingots.
Yeah,
yes.
sweet.
I have a question. Because Argentum, is there places where you can get like stuff enchanted, or Argentum isn't quite the place to do it?
Enchanted items are few and far between. There would be a few like specialists in the city that could do it. You wouldn't know any by name, but obviously the gear is also capable of similar stuff.
Okay. Because I'm just wondering about putting like a really simple enchantment on my longsword so that it is considered magical damage. Is essentially where I'm going.
You'd have to find the right people.
Okay, I might ask quickly later then.
I will pull out my rapier. Found this. I was wondering if maybe you could restore it.
Right, we can give it a go.
Take as long as you need.
What's wrong?
This is my rapier.
No, it's the I found on this corpse of the spider ruin thing. It's like damaged, rusted, all bit janky.
Bit janky.
You want mine?
I'm alright. This one will do if we can get restored.
Yeah, I can probably do that for 15 gold.
Yeah, why not? I'll 15 gold.
Should only take a day or two.
Thank you.
Yes. Eventually Jim would come over. Be like, anything at all I can do for you?
Well, no, not that I can think of, but thank you.
Right.
Do you do armor here?
I mean, we do the basics.
By basics, what do you?
We make the plates for plate, but we don't usually construct it here.
Don't do any leather work, I assume.
No.
Do you know who might?
He kind of racks his brain for a moment as I check my notes.
What kind of leatherwork?
Just studded leather armor. Need some studs.
Good question. I am proficient in leatherworking. Would I be able to fashion something up for Strider?
If you
I put the time into it?
put the time and bought the right equipment, you could... Are you proficient in them?
Oh, now I'm not so sure. Now I'm not so sure. Just would have been like a fun thing, but probably better to get it professionally done.
You just see that Strider's current armor is like leathers mixed with metals and different armor styles. Would say Strider's current look, it's interesting. He has like metal things and not everywhere. Like normally you would have like 2 arms full of metal, but he has it like in certain joints. Like to block certain bite attacks or...
Yeah, he got that bracer.
Can we go? You could probably head around to the Seam Forge. They do armor work.
What level?
Sorry?
Is it stone, earth?
Oh, it's around the corner.
Oh, yeah, thank you. It's almost like I've never been in the city before.
Oh, the earth one?
That's where I'm going.
Yeah. I can know
That's getting repaired. Jim,
Hey,
since you're alive, do you think we could strike a deal on something?
certainly.
I've paid for this rapier to get fixed.
All right,
I
yeah.
found. I've paid for it. If I give you, if you need the silver, could you silver it? Like make it dipped in silver for me? For helping you out. I have the material if you need.
Yes. I mean, we can. It's not the easiest thing to do.
Would having the material help?
Certainly would.
I have 30 worth of silver.
Was right. That.
Back over.
Yes, it'll probably take us a few days. Let's see. Got the materials. We got. Can you give me? Just call this persuasion.
Great.
Ooh. Yep.
Oh boy. 8.
8. Total?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've already been rolling persuasion checks today. It's not my specialty.
Because, you got the silver here. We can probably do it for 50 gold. It'll take a while.
How much could you do that for an electrum for me? How to say that?
Because I'm afraid that's as much of a discount as I can give you.
Alright.
Oh, Jim,
Hey,
seeing as you are a friend of Krongle, surely you can make it lesser for me?
give me a persuasion.
Don't think Jim realizes I'm poor.
Hey, you're asking for silvered weaponry. It's not cheap.
That's a nat 20 for 27.
Jesus, all that noise.
So, fine. Make your 50 gold, 50 electrum. Half price of half price.
Can I, since I've paid 15 already for the blade to get refixed, can I come
Correct.
back once it's refurbished and pay the rest?
Tell you what, you bring your silver with your coin later, and sure.
Yeah, alright, good.
I could have just paid it for you.
No, that's alright. I'm getting paid for a job soon.
Right. Anything else?
No, I think that's all.
Right.
I think we're pretty busy as it is.
Need to hit to S.
I found it. At third, this is under my Battle Master.
Yeah.
At third level, you gain proficiency with one type of artisan's tools of your choice. So I am indeed proficient. I will write that down next.
You probably could fashion armors. You're confident that you could repair them,
Yeah.
but fashioning them would still require the materials and a good fair amount of time.
Well, should we go up to S?
Yes.
Um,
You find anything little stuff then?
there's someone next door, crap. Don't get captured by goblins.
Wasn't planning on it. But thanks again.
Yep.
As you're walking out, you hear, you gave him silver arrows for how much?
Oh no!
The backhand.
It's getting assaulted!
I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna go find that sword real quick.
Yep. Heading around to the scene forge.
Yeah. No, so we're outside Peanut Hill, just be cool.
I'll chill out.
Okay. Walking in to the scene forge. Yeah, just a moment. When that comes out. You see a human man in maybe his late 40s. Tank top, overalls, you can see. There is like a plume of smoke out the back where something is clearly a forge or some description is alight. And you can see there's armor lining the walls of this establishment. Goes, how can I help you?
Just looking for Perhaps bitter armor.
Sure. What are you in the market for?
I currently have just leather armor. Is there anything same weight? Maybe same material, but better.
Something studded?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Come in. Let's see what we've got.
My 2 swords on my back and looking cool.
Just for the sake of it, I'm just waiting outside of the shop.
Yeah. Kind of gives you a bit of a once-over as you'd be looking at, and kind of goes... You can see, like, various sizes and builds of armor. Yes. Could probably form-fit one of the pre-mades. You'd be looking at about 45 gold for a studded leather set.
How much an electrum would you be willing to?
He gives a bit of a chuckle. Give me a persuasion.
as you know, protecting the city and blah blah blah. Persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
+1.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
It's not -1 though.
Better than last time.
It was, all right. Don't exactly know you, friend, but you look like you will put it to use.
I'll help. I'll be like, my name is Strider. I take more quests than the Wyvern's Horde does, and I do their work quite better.
All right. Tell you what, I'll knock off a fair price. Call it 75 electrum.
You have a deal.
You're 80.
I'm 90.
I was at 80. I was like, you'd be left with 5.
All right. Why did that look so painful?
What, taking money?
Yeah,
I'm in between jobs right now.
I see.
Yeah.
Damn, hit him with the in-between jobs.
Who's on the job?
All right. You want it as fitted now?
Yes, please.
All
and
right.
it comes in black.
Of course.
Oh, that was...
What?
All right. Come through.
How much was that? 75? 80?
75 electrum.
75.
Hey, Yorna.
Stop track.
Yes?
How happy would you say the people are here in Argentum?
Depends who you ask.
What is the common visual?
I mean, from my point of view, everyone seems pretty content.
Even as of late?
Well, as of late, feathers have been ruffled, for sure, but I think, all in all, it's still okay. Why do you ask?
Oh, well, I've always dreamed of moving to the city and want to know how it is, how life would be like living here.
I think you'd like it. I mean, it's very social. There's a lot of people here. Though I'm not 100% sure where you come from. Could be a lot of people where you come from.
Oh no, it's
No.
a very small town. Although people do come and go. And yeah.
I think you'll like it here.
Would you say people are treated fair here?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Okay. Is there anything you're wanting to incorporate from your current attire? Just kind of measuring up.
Sure. I have this, like, it's on my actual character. This like thing that's attached and it's like left.
The thing.
The thing, whatever. I don't know what it's called. I keep like my like ID card and stuff in it
Ah, yeah.
and all that. That's like under. So.
Fanny pack.
All right. Kind of starts making some adjustments, and after a few hours here, kind of taking your measurements and fitting it to you and putting things in it. And there we go.
I will. Does he have like a closed off area to get changed?
I mean, this has all been kind of happening in the back, but there is like a curtained area.
I'll go into the curtained area. Do it so he doesn't see my bare skin and my scratches.
Your scratch.
I'll get all my bits of armor on. And as I'm doing it, I will strike a conversation. How old does he look?
This is a human man, probably mid-40s.
As I'm doing armor, have you been doing leather work most of your life?
Hey, family business.
Have you made any armor for any like great known adventurers or anything like that before?
I mean, we mostly just work with Legion, God.
There's been some legends come through Argentum before, like the person that fought the dragon, stuff like that.
They wouldn't be needing anything from the likes of us.
Fair enough.
Damn.
And as I walk out, I'm like, well, thank you for giving me a deal. I definitely needed that help.
Of course. Strider, right?
Yes.
Marlin.
Nice to meet you, Mom.
Likewise.
If you ever run into any monster issues, just let me know.
Good to know.
I'll give you a discount. I'll walk out.
And I chuckles to himself.
What's that armor do?
That is studded leather, which will increase your AC by 1 to 12 plus dex.
12 plus dex. Plus 1 from fighting style, 17 AC.
And
Nice.
just like that, you've hit Dana's AC. She's the campaign with.
Thank you. Look at this, the heaviest.
You're only 1 AC point off of me now? Because lame.
That's
You get your
what
armor.
happens when you get dex bonus.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'll walk out with my new armor. Sorry for making you guys wait. Took a bit of fitting and readjusting.
Well, it looks good.
Quite nice.
I was worried it would just have brown or like orange, but had a dark one.
That's
Is
good.
that why you chose it?
Well, it would look weird compared to the rest of my gear if I just chopped on a large, different color item compared to the rest of my stuff.
It would make you stand out.
And that's why I did not get it.
Alright, let's head off to S's then.
Yes, we should. Onwards. I'll lead the way.
As you head down the street, you can see people out and about enjoying the midday sun, but as you're walking, something that's probably a more common sight for the two of you, but something that Lily hasn't seen yet as you're heading down the street is what looks like an incredibly elderly dwarven man in his 300 or 400s, walking down the street, and behind him is a larger construct, a larger one of these automatons that looks almost similar to the Forge one, but isn't equipped with any utility. This big, almost small-legged, large-chested, almost arms like a gorilla to where it could walk on all fours as it moved forwards. Its arms are inverted and flipped back so that they're behind it and are holding up a pile of like timber and lumber for building. Just kind of this elderly dwarf walking in front of this almost 10-foot tall machine that's carrying half a house worth of wood behind him. He's making his way down the street.
I'll just give him a nod.
Do I know the quickest route to S's place?
I mean, the quickest route would just be up the stairs through normal means.
Just
And you head past the gardens on your left and make your way up to that staircase to the ring of stone. You would see an Iron Legion member at the office. Goes, "Hey, you heading up?
Indeed.
Yes.
Everyone got access?"
Your day pass probably is no good now. Can I vouch for her?
Give me a persuasion check.
Can I help by pulling out a seal from S?
Yeah. Take advantage.
Would this still work?
Oh, much better. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Because I have one on my path, on my seal.
Yeah. Dirty 20.
Dirty
Yeah, my wax.
Yeah.
You recognize this individual, this Iron Legion member, as Hamish Lone, who is of your regiment.
Oh, yeah. My bro.
It's, oh, right.
Thank you.
It kind of gives you a bit of a look like, what are you doing with these people?
It's fine.
These people.
Doesn't bother me who he thinks I'm associating with. These are my friends.
He kind of hands you another slip. All right. You off with your business then?
How does one get a permanent pass to a higher floor again?
Usually someone of higher status would have to vouch for you. Which usually requires the person to have done something or to be of import to need to belong to such a place.
Fair enough. Alright, well, let's set up then.
Alright.
If you choose to live here, you're probably going to end up.
So did he
last one
basically
day.
just renew her day pass essentially?
Yeah. Alright. Making your way up to S's. You take that bit of a walk past the statue that you saw on the way, the small fountains and things as you move through this housing district until eventually you come to the small office that belongs to Sebastian with the Argentine's plaque on the door.
Sibby boy.
Finally, and I will. I'll just look at the door.
You're not even gonna knock it, just like, yeah, we're
I think it's
here.
just normal.
Yeah.
Normal for me to just walk in.
Who's there?
I give a polite knock as I walk through.
Strider
All right, come in. Of
and company.
course.
Walk in. We completed the save the farmer.
Right, yes, the guard at the front gate mentioned that you were rushing out of the city in a hastily manner.
Yes. Jim's life, blacksmith.
He apparently left his emporium. Is that what it is?
That's a store.
Above the emporium. To gather the remaining mithril that apparently fell off the cart.
Right.
And finding out he was not there, we went to go find him. To which he was not at his cart.
And then, luckily, he was captured by the same people that captured the farmer.
Right,
Therefore,
okay.
We saved two of them at the same
We
time.
were also eating the sheep.
What was?
Goblins,
The goblins.
Oh,
I thought we made
right.
that clear.
goblins were getting forced to hunt outside of their hunting grounds because of a new leader.
So that's sorted. The farmer's sorted. Jim's back. All done.
By sorted, and now that suddenly we decided not to kill all the goblins and just kill the leader and show them where to hunt.
All right. I'll take it up with the commission for a bit of a bump in pay.
There was also two giant spiders?
3.
3 giant spiders, an ogre, bunch of goblins.
Where did you end up?
In the forest, not far.
Yeah.
Pointed the map.
Past the forest down.
All right, okay.
Also,
We. What are you talking about?
Struggle try to give Lily a look of, don't mention that.
Can you make a I'm gonna make that
Make
a sleight of hand, or yeah, we'll go sleight of hand.
Yeah, so hang on, man. I didn't give it expertise. If that makes you feel better.
Okay, how are you doing this?
I'm like, it's like a little, it's like a quick.
Okay, just give me a deception check.
Yes, I have expertise. That's 17,
Okay.
which made it from my +1. We was something worrying. Nothing too scary. The bugbear that was in charge before we fought it, we knew that apparently it was different. It wasn't the same as a normal bugbear. Turns out it was some sort of demonic creature that pretends to be goblins or bugbears that like to rule them.
Right, you've had a full couple of days.
Yes.
Okay, I will take it up with the commission. I know that they said they would increase the check if it turned to dangerous matters, which it seems it has. I'll get that sorted.
Oh, I thought thought that you should know that happened very quickly.
Yes.
And are we safe to talk currently about our group mission?
He kind of looks around for a moment. Yeah.
We've talked to Jim, who is delivering the mithril to the gear,
Right. Yes.
and we've managed to get him to agree to slow his delivering down as much as he can while we research.
That's good.
So just in case something is awry, I didn't want them getting ahead of us.
Perfect. Means we have an in if we need it as well. It's good.
We have gotten a decent look into how we work together as a party now, being forced into many fights. I say we work pretty good together.
You all made it back. That's a start.
We are alive.
Some kinks to iron out, but other than
Yeah.
that, pretty much doing okay.
Did you have any idea what the next step was with this?
Well, if you're all interested enough to help on my little investigation, let's call it, next step would be looking into Miss Mayweather's missing automaton, the one that I mentioned previously.
Oh yeah, that was a lady that like bought one and then it went missing. No.
I could definitely use my expertise on that mission.
Track it down, see if it's gone haywire or why it's otherwise gone missing.
Do you have a location where she lives, or?
She operates and I believe had the automaton at the Silken Stitch down in the Ring of Earth.
Okay.
It's a small tailor's.
I don't know how many times we'll keep visiting here, but we might need to get Lily a bit of a longer than a day pass if we begin this.
Right, of course. That might take a little longer to set up than I would like. Perhaps we meet in the Ring of Earth, if that would be easier. You know how to get a message up here if you need to.
That's true. We can meet at any place that maybe you're okay being seen at.
There's a few places I can give you some information.
Does he have like a a rack of like drinks or wine or something?
Give me a general perception check.
Man.
12. He does. You can see there's a, albeit small selection, and a tea set next to it as well. The other thing you can see is a stack of books and a paper that you can't quite read from here.
I walk past Sebastian, and I'll tell my brother, may I have a drink, please?
Sure.
You can pick which.
Good. And he picks up one of the bottles that you recognize as being a little...
Yeah.
None of them are cheap, but some of these
Less
are like...
expensive.
Some of these are like 75 gold bottles of
Damn.
stuff, and he hands you a darker liquid.
I'll pour one in the cup and I'll go sit down somewhere.
Sorry if I seem a little on edge. There's a lot going on, and my assistant is on other errands.
Well, there's a lot of hunting for a few days. I might just relax here for a bit.
Of course.
So I drink my wine.
Should I let Miss Mayweather know that she will have company in the coming days to help in her little issue?
We can make a... how do you guys feel about tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, I'm free for a while.
Where are you staying? You live there? We can meet there.
Well, I mean, that was going to be our meeting spot when we were going to take care of the missing neighbor, and then everything kind of just...
Yes.
So yes, that is our meeting spot.
All right.
Is there anything else you need from me?
Not currently, personally.
I'm sitting in that window seat area again. I'm just resting.
Well, I have some manuscripts to read over, something that might be going through the press. If there's anything you need from me, find a way to get in touch.
Will do, thank you.
So I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. And I'll give everyone a bit of a goodbye, and then I will actually be on my way.
Mm-hmm.
How good's this wine?
I mean, it's better than anything you'd get at a tavern.
Yeah.
Good wine.
He definitely poured you like a
I like-
half glass.
Give it a little sniff. Drink it properly.
Yeah.
Is Strider an ale or wine drinker?
I sniffed my drink. What do you think?
You can sniff ale.
Did the swirl?
You did this well. Did you do the gargle too?
No.
Nah, too far.
Gotta do the swish.
She's not a hobbyist.
In that evening, I will say that eventually a few of you would get eyes on the paper that's been circulating the last few days of addressing from the gear the warden malfunction, that they're actively looking into it, that the presence of Iron Legion will increase to ensure the safety of everyone. A very almost it feels like they're trying to keep it as low profile as they can. Just enough to explain the kind of shift in presence of guard around the city, but not so much as to scare people with what has happened.
Can I attempt to see if, while reading this, I get the idea that the writer is holding back or being forced into... Does it feel like the newspaper is only saying what they're allowed to say?
Give me...
With the help of being in the room of where it's made.
Yeah. Give me an insight check on the news.
Real quick. So what time of day is it at the moment?
Probably late afternoon.
Because I did want to make my way to the evening.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. It doesn't look so much like they are forced into an opinion but they are definitely swayed in the direction of keeping the peace.
Interesting.
You're making your way.
Did the gear.
Okay. Then you head to the upper ring of stone. Not going up the usual entrance that you would to get to the Legion housing facilities, but instead heading to the far right of the ring of stone. Making your way up to what is one of the largest buildings, one of the largest kind of guild halls in the upper ring here. And it is beautiful stonework that has been recently, the last 5-7 years, refurbished with all manner of moving parts and stonework and metallics built into the design. And you can see the headquarters, the operating facilities of the gear.
Alright. I walked on in.
Okay. You walk into the foyer, and you've seen this a few times. You've been here once or twice, I'm sure. This is a large open foyer, easily the size of most people's houses. In the center, in an almost museum-like fashion, is this almost like very short wooden fence with a plaque on it. And inside that circle of fencing is suspended maybe 5 or 6 feet off the ground, a 5-meter long, not so much diorama, but scale model of a functional airship at about, a 50th size.
Yeah.
Just this small hovering device that looks like it was something of a proof of concept.
That's amazing.
Damn.
Behind it, you can see the front desk with a number of pneumatic tubes that go up behind and further into the building for getting messages throughout the facility.
Hell yeah.
Containers full of purple liquid.
And you can see a kind of younger female at the front desk. Goes, "Can I help you?"
Yes, is Natasha in? Yorna's asking. Iron Legion.
She kind of takes out a notebook and flicks through. Yes. Oh, do you need to speak with her?
I'd like to, yes.
All right, 1 moment. She kind of fiddles around under the desk for a moment before she pulls out a small metallic capsule, puts something in it, and just kind of pushes it over to one of the tubes, and it flies through the facility. Yes. 1 moment.
Yeah, no
She just
problem.
goes back to writing in the book until maybe a half a minute later you hear as a capsule lands behind her. She'll be out to the front in a few moments.
Alright.
Yorna?
It's not as effective as sending stones, but it's way cooler.
It's so much pizzazz there.
Eventually, Natasha makes her way out to the front. And she is in her kind of brown and beige overcoat, her little beige hat pushed to the side over her fluorescent blue hair that comes down to her shoulders. And you can see that one or half of her face and half of her single eyepiece is covered in soot up the side. It goes, "Hello, can I help you?"
You got a little something then.
Oh. Apologies. Yeah, just shooting it across the face.
Natasha, I came in just to see how, I suppose, or actually really asking if the, what was her name? If the Grandmaster had handed you the vial of the purple warden gift. I was wondering if you guys had received it.
I'm sorry?
The Grandmaster, I asked her to give you guys a vial of the warden malfunctioning goop.
Oh,
Purple stuff.
I haven't heard of any such thing.
No. Interesting. Wait, what? Because I gave it to the Grandmaster
Yes.
to give to
Yes.
and she just hasn't?
Natasha doesn't know anything of it.
Interesting. Never mind.
So,
To be fair, it probably went straight to like the top and it just went over Natasha potentially. Oh, that's fine. Don't worry about that too much then. I actually wanted to ask you, is there or maybe there's someone you know, if you can't do it yourself, a way to enchant my longsword?
What kind of enchantment?
Just something that would make it magical. I've run into a few things as of recently that don't really, the whole hidden doesn't work very well. It needs a bit more oomph.
Well, the gear is forbidden from working with weaponry.
That's fine. I just figured you might know some.
Potentially. There's some contacts we have, but they haven't done such work in a while.
Just a small thing, nothing big, just it's gotten a little bit annoying.
All right. Here's what I'll do. I will get word up that you're looking for such a person, and if they are available, I'll get them to reach out to you.
That sounds really good, thank you.
All right. Anything else I can help you with?
Have you been in contact with Elowen recently?
Yes. Why?
And she said nothing about a purple vial.
Not to me, no.
Okay, that's interesting. Maybe she's looking into it on her own.
Should I be concerned?
Not concerned, just she might have taken it into her own hands and is probably investigating it herself. Just maybe, I feel like you should know about it, so maybe just ask her about it, actually.
All right.
And if she doesn't know, let me know.
Sure.
Thank you. Well, that is all I came to do. How are you doing, anyway? Doing all right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. I'm just checking on you. I will be going
Why?
now. I just, with everything going on, I'm just making sure they're not overworking you or whatever with everything.
No. Busy as always, but
You like it that way?
enjoying it.
I figured. Okay. Well, that's fine then. Thank you, Natasha.
Right.
Goodbye. Thank you. And I'll leave. I think she seems
She's
so...
either like
I'm
high
so-
on energy drink or it's
Yeah,
just
like-
way untrustworthy.
Why is she giving me the untrustworthy glance?
In the back of your mind, you hear Strider's advice about don't seem too pushy because people might get like a little weary about it. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh.
Well, that's the thing, is like, I was like, nah, this will be fine, because like, I'm sure Natasha knows about it. She doesn't know about it. I'm like, okay, interesting.
As Natasha exits, she pushes through a door, and you watch her kind of put a hand out of sight, and you watch a small, almost like metal sphere with tiny little like pincers on it just crawl up her arm, about yay big, with 4 little legs on it. Just crawl up and kind of rest on her shoulder.
Killer.
And the door closes behind her as
Hey,
she walks
stop
in.
it.
There's a little
Just a small
bug.
drone, essentially, with just little legs on it.
Oh.
Very wrecking ball.
Nice.
Yeah, big.
I didn't know it
Tiny
came in
working
that
ball.
small.
Also, I did not mean to come across as casual as I did, by the way. Like, that was very, like, not... Like,
Unprofessional.
if there's a way to, like, canonically tone that down, I'd like it that way, because that is not, like, quite... like, I feel like I'm still settling into it, so it's like, that was a bit too
Just make the
much.
changes moving forward.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else doing anything in that afternoon?
Yeah, I want to talk to S before I do something. I assume it's late and he's done his work.
You would see if you're sticking around.
Yeah, sticking around. If he allows to,
Yeah, he's
just where I'm
fine with
resting.
that.
Got my sword up. Took a nap maybe at some point.
Yeah. You would notice he is reading through a review copy of what looks like a book, like paperback manuscript, early draft of something that he's like flicking through. Just kind of paying half attention to it and reading through the thing for most of the afternoon.
Sebastian, what are you reading? You seem pretty confused. I was gonna wait till you're finished to bring up something, but you seem bit
I just don't like publishing religious documents, that's all.
religious.
Yeah.
The city put all that religious stuff behind it ages ago.
Well, I mean, with Kelvar's induction into the city powers, it's become a bit more prevalent again, and he slams down this, well, not slams down, but places the manuscript in front of you.
Give it a little once over.
See, the Eternal, the Fallen, and the Ascended, our understanding of the divine, written by Alyssa Dawnstrider and Elvira Sunflare.
What? Wait, what did you say?
The Eternal, the Fallen, and the Ascended, our understanding of the divine, written by Alyssa Dawnstrider and Elvira Sunflare.
Wait, where'd you find this? I zoned out for a minute. I'm writing stuff.
It's like a manuscript.
It's a draft of a book that Sebastian's reading over for publishing.
Oh,
Should I get
shoot.
the people that read it? Names again, sir?
Alyssa Dawnstrider
Mm-hmm.
and Elvira Sunflare.
I will. Have I heard this name so far?
Give me just a pure intelligence check.
Steven.
No, completely unfamiliar to you.
Who are the people that have written this?
Some scholars from Elzar. Apparently they had some dealings with a deity. I don't know.
Okay. Well, Alzar is a small place anyway. I don't know much about it, but
Yeah, seems to be some sort of first-hand accounts from some people that they knew. Kelvar's pushing to get it published in the city, so we'll see what happens.
yeah. Does he have a drink on him right now?
He has an empty teacup sitting next to him.
I'll grab the bottle of wine that he poured me. I'll put it there. Like, you might want to have some. Before I talk about that, is Sully okay? You seem to be a bit stressed about her being around.
Yeah, she's fine. She's just running a lot of errands trying to figure out what's going on for me.
Something happened while we were, the others and I were gone. I will roll up my sleeve and take off my armor pieces and I'll put on the table. I will unravel the bandage and reveal the mark.
What the hell is that?
Made a deal with a dryad in the forest.
Why?
Well, alright. I nearly died. We ran into this dryad pretty early on, to maybe our second day. I got unconscious from it. The others dragged me out. We had to give a payment to go through the forest without it hurting, like items and stuff.
Right.
Later down the line, we're walking back, have to go through the forest again.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw her again, but this time she was surrounded by dozens of her people, dead and withered. She was singing a sad song, and even though when I just couldn't leave it be. I've seen that before, and once I got closer, her song changed to tricking people, get lost in the forest. I can tell it was just trying to hide the true emotion. You know, we asked how we could help. Wasn't quite into that. However, the deal I made is pretty easily. It's nothing that won't kill me, but we just have to help her within like a month or so. There is something not in the forest, but something unnatural that is rotting and destroying living plant creatures somehow.
That sounds big.
And it's in the center of something. I assume maybe the city,
Yeah.
because I showed her a bit of the pink liquid,
Oh,
because maybe it was unnatural. She did say it was unnatural as well. So maybe it could be similar. Found out that the hag stories are true. There is a hag somewhere. Its mother.
right.
They don't seem to get along. However, if we do fix this, then they will no longer need to ask people to become fertilizer for the forest.
Wow.
Yeah, and for some reason, the pact made itself look like this song. So that's bandaged up, and I bandaged it up again.
That's right. Well, and you think this is tied to what we're looking into?
No evidence, but my gut says it could be.
All right.
Things going out of control. I heard that apparently there were this tree at Hammer, was it? No.
Would end.
Wood End. Apparently, a bunch of twig creatures were created from like a rotten tree or something that used to be that large tree. So living things are getting affected by this.
Curious.
And
Well,
I know they're machines, but
Well, keep an ear out. Who knows? There might be something there.
yeah, I just wanted you to know that decided to make that deal.
Of course.
Right after telling Lily not to make a deal because she was about to earlier that day. But the deal does allow us not to have to pay the price when we enter the forest till then. Sure.
Well, I hope this was a calculated decision. That's all I have to say.
Well, she didn't put a time limit. She said, you'll find it. It just might take weeks or months. They've spoken.
Riddles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, and you'll know when you see it. And I'm cool. Tell us more, please.
Many a song have been written about the dark dealings of the Fae. Be careful.
I will read out to him the exact words I
All right, it's not so vague that it's immediately concerning, but just keep your wits about you.
Yeah. This tribe was... Have you ever run into a tribe before?
No.
This one was tougher than I thought it would be.
Well, they're ancient Fae beings, most of them, from what I know.
Like it managed to make the floor like unwalkable for like 100 feet away. Like it made a wall of vines that stopped people from escaping. Like it,
Sounds like a threat you'd be best to avoid.
yeah, that's something. We'll take it down, yeah, if it came to that. Well, just wanted you to know a little extra bit of detail. I'll wrap everything up and put it back on. Well, got some stuff out of it. Got a silver bolts, new armor piece, overwrought, and this glowing dagger. I pull out a dagger.
Well, that's a treasure worth keeping.
Yeah, can't turn it off.
Of course not.
So that's that. Well, I'm gonna head out and get some rest.
All right.
I've been home in a few days.
Of course. I'll get back to reading through this.
Ernie just kind of taught Rogue how to feed himself, so I gotta make sure he gets fed. It's like a rope that like he pulls like some hay drops. And I will leave.
Yep.
Um,
As you leave, on the table that Sebastian is working from, you see the title of that newspaper that's been circulating, which just says "A Small Setback."
Damn. As I'm going out, I glance over at the books out by the wine rack.
Mm.
And just see if I can see any titles or what.
A few of them are familiar as his old songbooks. A few are literature and histories of Argentum, and you can see that there's a few other books there that he's clearly been referencing while reading through this one on divine matters. Just to like reading back and forth and going like, these do not line up. What's changed?
I will head back home. I'll stop off. No need for roleplay, but I'll stop off at the Broken Blade, and I will like get a to-go meal
Yeah,
or something to take home.
easy enough to do.
But I'll just- Yeah. Go make sure Rogue eats.
Yep. And what's Lily up to in the afternoon?
I'd actually like to walk around the stone ring and see if there's any. Okay, I just want to walk around and just see what I can find.
Okay. Alrighty. Having a wander around.
See what's open. Damn, Stride is your last name?
And my first.
Stride
Don't ask what my middle name.
Dawn.
Your last name could be Bedurt. Strider backwards.
Oh. Sure.
Strider Bedurt.
Walking around the ring of stone.
Yeah. Still got 24.
Stride.
Oh, pretty hard.
A lot of this is residential area, but you can see a few places throughout that look
Yes, so.
of a little more interest. You can see there is a tavern or bar called the Reaper's Rest, which has a rather grim-looking, deathly figure carved into the signage. Two buildings that are close enough that they're within proximity of each other, but far enough away that you can tell that they're in direct competition. Whispered Secrets and Sweet Somethings, which you immediately obtain, are both brothels in the city here. You notice an interesting looking store called the Misty Vial, which has frosted stained glass windows, but you can see manners of dried herbs and various vials on the inside of the door, and this looks like somewhere that might stock potions, tinctures, things of that nature. Those are most of the interesting stores in the residential area.
Which brothel looks the most popular?
No.
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation.
It's a second name of the book.
In the train. Those are our stuff. That is a 12.
12. They both look equally popular, but they seem to be attracting different crowds.
Which one attracts? Okay, which one attracts those that look like they're rich, and which one attracts the guards the most?
Ooh, the gods. Interesting.
You guys allowed brothels?
Sure.
No.
It's our personal time. It's our personal time.
What did you roll on your investigation?
Not torn away from
Give me a perception check.
yeah, it's of man.
Perception. Oh, that's a little wrong. 7.
7. You don't see anyone in uniform milling around these areas. So if there were any guards, it would be a subtle entrance, you get the feeling.
Entrance, eh?
But as for the more wealthy folk, seem to be more drawn to sweet somethings.
I'll head there.
Okay. At the front of this building, you can see it's adorned with like lovely curtains at the front. There's a what almost looks like a half dwarven bouncer. So he's a little lanky but stocky in a way that just doesn't quite read correct, but he looks ready to throw people out if he needs to. And you can see a poster on the front glass here that just says Sweet Somethings, home to the renowned mistress. And there is an art piece of a singular torso that looks what's the best way of putting that? Like gender neutral, with a face that is split into like fractals, and each little bit looks slightly different.
As I approach, is the bouncer like eyeing me up?
If you begin getting close enough that you seem to have interest in the building, then yes, he would be kind of just keeping a bit of a look at you.
May I enter?
You got your wax on you? Hands it back, scribbles something down. Sure.
What's that for?
Just keeping a record of our patrons, why?
Is the head of the building ready?
May I ask why?
Is there work?
I
Too
mean,
soon to tune that life.
Usually.
Then may I speak to them?
So, give me a moment. No, step just inside, like poking his head through the curtain,
It's far beyond it.
giving just talking in the ear of someone inside the building. Someone will be down in a moment.
Be waitress.
What are you doing here, Lily?
Shit, disgusting.
Not long passes, and a woman comes out the front. A halfling-looking, feminine figure. A like dark olive complexion goes, "Hello, you're looking for work?"
Of some sort, yes.
Of some sort.
Do you have somewhere to talk in private?
Of course. Follow me. She'll lead you inside.
Strider's also my
Oh, baby stick-ups.
Good. You walk inside and you can see large lounge chairs in this kind of like front space, various doors that push out into back rooms, but you can see off on the left a stage where an individual partially clothed is what looks like a warm-up act on the stage in the kind of late hours of the afternoon. There's a few patrons in here sipping from various drinks and glasses, and you can see there is a bar on the far side of the building. She goes, all right, just follow me through to my office.
They are. I was going to say, instead of pronounce it as a hooker, but I was like, probably.
No.
They're the hookahs, is that what they're called?
Oh, hookahs.
Oh,
Smoke pipes.
Yeah.
Opium.
But yes, they do have hookahs too.
they also have that. There would be like a corner of the building sectioned off where there might be.
I was wondering
a
how
hookah bar. She leads you through the building and through a door into an office that's a little more well lit than the rest of the building, but is still adorned in purples and reds and like soft fabric walls, and it's a very like bright, luxurious interior. She goes, right, and who am I speaking to?
Lily. Pleasure to meet you.
And you. It's Beatrice.
So, what kind of business do you run?
Well, we have all sorts of individuals here. Those that wish to entertain, those that wish to perform on the stage.
How much of the wealthy come in?
We have most denizens of the stone ring here and the occasional patron from higher up in the city.
And what does one do to entertain?
Well, that depends. The afternoons before the sunset. We have all sorts of entertainment on the stage. We have performers, singers, dancers. And as the sun sets, very similar acts, but in, well, more and more flirtatious attire.
Flirtatious attire?
What kind of experience do you have?
I sing.
Right.
I do practice my songs and perform every now and then. Mainly in taverns, though.
Right. So a more traditional performer? Interested in our side of the arts?
I wish to explore it,
Right.
but also mainly for information gain.
I see. May I ask why?
Mainly for self-reason.
Can you just give me... Just give me a straight charisma.
That is a 15.
15? Alright. Curious reason, but not unheard of. What would you be wishing to... What would you be wanting to do here?
I'll perform on stage, and if there is someone that catches my eye, I like to entertain one-on-one.
Very well. She takes a piece of paper from a drawer and just slides it across to you. Have a look over that, and if anything catches your eye, that will make its way back to me.
If I do end up working here, will this grant access to the stone ring?
Such a thing can be arranged.
And how soon will that?
If you are wishing to form a contract, matter of days.
I also have one more question.
Of course.
Do performers of this area get hired out or are staff from the upper?
It's not unheard of.
I see. Then you'll be hearing from me soon.
Of course.
Take that.
Can I ask you to please
Ah, shit!
persuasion or deception, your choice, on how truthful you're being with your intent?
You're lucky that we're seeing that the apples check and go, there's a 16 hit.
That is a 22. Do I say which one?
Yes, please.
Persuasion.
Okay. All right. You make your way out of the estate. The bouncer at the door goes, "Found what you were looking for?"
Yes. Thank you for assisting me.
Of course. And it eyes you as you walk off.
As I'm going back home,
Yeah.
I have to just burn some of my stuff while I'm going home. I would like to use, within 1 mile, I want to know if there's any aberrations, celestial, dragon, elemental, faithing, or undead. Well, since as I'm walking from this to the place.
Give me that list again.
Aberration, celestial, dragon, elemental, faithing, or undead.
Elemental, yes.
Okay. Is that ignoring like pings that I've probably gone on before?
Yeah. So an unusual elemental ping.
Okay.
And you would also get a more familiar ping, but something that you always register as celestial. So that's kind of always there. It just always kind of comes through.
Okay. Have I ever investigated that before, or do I just assume it's somewhere? It's always been here.
I mean, give me an intelligence check.
11.
11. You started noticing that a few years back,
Okay.
and have a feeling it might have something to do with Kalvar's entrance to the city.
Elemental. Does try to know exactly what elementals are, because we're looking at my book of monsters.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there are like fire elementals, water elementals. Do I know anything else that counts as elemental? Because those are just like the elemental.
Yeah, usually just creatures of that nature, things that are
Okay.
created of the elements.
Interesting. So that's somewhere. I will check my necklace as I'm walking through. Cool. I will then, as I'm going down, I will like to put my hood up while no one's looking. Just drink a potion. My eyes are going to go from the normal dragon to like full dragon eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have detect magic on as I'm walking through the town.
Okay.
I'm just going to pay attention to the
Yeah.
I see. Going from yes to miles.
Let's do your... Give me an investigation check on that walk back.
So low rolls today. 9.
9. Walking back, you walk past a few more automatons that all give a faint magical glow. Naturally, they're powered through arcane means.
Do I know what type of magic they are done with? just to compare to what arcane was used in the purple stuff.
Transmutation.
And the purple stuff that I used it on last time, that gave off like a same vibe, or
That.
the liquid that was on them that came out. Because I never got what it was, but I did use Detect Magic on.
Yeah, it would be of similar nature.
Okay.
It would either be transmutation or evocation.
But I could like sense the difference between them while looking at them with Detect Magic. If I had a pink one in front of me and
Yes. Yeah. One definitely registers as like animated object, and the other, the purple stuff, is definitely something slightly different.
Okay. Do I notice anything else going?
You do not.
Okay.
Level 9.
Sweet. Then I will. What's that? Yeah. Would you say getting into my house is like 1 mile away from where I was when I first did the thing?
It would be a little, a wee bit less than a mile.
Yes. I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, just from my house. I'll start my 1 mile there.
Oh, yeah. Your
So
primeval awareness.
yeah,
Yeah.
Everest,
sorry.
the short dragon element of faith, you know.
Mhm.
This will help me just narrow down elemental potentially or anything else.
Yeah. How long does that last? Or is it just a one-time burst?
So I use my spell slot. Doesn't say for how long.
Yeah, so it's just in that
Yeah.
moment you detect. Okay. You get the same reading.
Okay, cool. So I can read out that from there to potentially far away.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will feed Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
Give him like a pat on. That's right on.
Mm.
You did good by yourself.
He seems relieved to be
Aww.
somewhere with shelter and food.
I don't know what he likes as a treat. I'll give him a carrot that I have somewhere,
Yeah.
and I'll
Oh yeah.
I'll go to my bed and I'll just lay down finally
Mm-hmm.
after I eat my meal.
Just before you do that, then, we'll say everyone that is planning on taking a long rest and not using rations.
Mm.
Do you want to mark off a gold piece?
Yep.
Would I just have groceries at home?
This is what this is counting as. This is existing in the city and being able to
Oh,
sustain yourself.
gotcha. Groceries.
This is meals and accommodation.
Gotcha.
And we'll take a break.
Can I look at the gardens before I go to sleep? I'm paranoid.
Yeah. Give me an investigation check as you walk around.
I want the gardens.
11.
11. You take another stroll around the gardens, and
Is that nice?
day by day, it is getting closer to the festival, closer to the spring equinox, and you notice a few of those like flowers that have a slight bioluminescence to them are slowly growing in brightness as the equinox approaches, as they are preparing to go into full bloom on that day. It's kind of subtly forming a glow, but everything seems natural and as it should be.
I take the moment to just appreciate that.
There's blues and pinks and yellows, these various flowers throughout the the gardens, that just cast faint, almost like spotlight glows and little points as the sun sets.
Turn in for the night.
Primeval awareness lasts 1 minute per spell. So.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Before I rest,
Mhm.
can I read over the paper that was handed to me?
Yes. This outline of a contract, I suppose you would call it, is very much like a like job application paper. That's just like, what are you comfortable doing? Like, what is your experience level? What are you getting involved in? Like, what times of day do you want to be at the establishment? Like, making sure that the people that are working there are comfortable with what they're doing.
That's good.
Yeah, asking, being that it is a brothel, like what level the various workers are comfortable making their ways up to, whether they are interested in work outside of the venue, things like that.
I'll write your safe word here.
Yeah, all that info.
Please.
Please.
Really bad.
Safe word.
Stop.
Is this something Lily would be considering filling out?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, is she considering handing this back as an application?
Yes.
Okay. Then do you want to give me the brief rundown of what she would be?
She
Putting
would
on
want to
this.
be mainly working late at night
Mhm.
and to perform on stage. And like she said before, if she notices anyone of particular interest and would like to entertain one-on-one,
Mhm.
and only be, say, serve drinks and talk.
Okay. So, yeah. A performer, but like in air, kind of listening
Yeah.
in with the establishment, just having conversation with people.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You take the time to read over, fill that out. No.
I would say if someone requests the role play wise stuff, he would accept.
Role play within a role play.
Exactly.
Oh shoot! Role play section.
It's a minigame.
Okay. And how much of her time would Lily be wanting to commit to that? Or is it just when she is available?
I would say when she is available, and when she is, she would be working probably at most 3-4 hours.
Yeah, okay. Awesome. Can you take the time to look over that, and Lily fills it out in the evening? Anything anyone else is doing?
No.
No.
Alrighty. Then a long rest is had. Probably the first comfortable long rest in a couple of nights.
Yeah.
You all find yourselves back in an actual bed, eating actual meals.
And tonight it's beef and broccoli.
Nice.
Ooh, yummy.
What does the morning bring as everyone awakens?
Strider would get up pretty early,
Yep.
as he does. Probably go for a run with Rogue in the morning.
Yep.
Just like, forest,
Yeah.
back.
Out the back, do a lap, come back.
Yeah, just a way to see what's going on in the forest as well.
Yeah.
Yorna would get up in the morning, do like a quick workout routine, and then have like a cup of tea.
Okay.
Strider's all as well as so dark.
Yeah. Of course.
Damn, bro.
He probably has like a tree that he practices on.
Yeah.
And he'll head to the meetup spot. I think 2 hours before.
Yeah.
You would think others would go, and just find like a corner table, one of those where the seats are built into the.
Yeah. A little both.
Yeah.
Yorna aims to be at Oakworm at 9.
Okay. Are you guys expecting Sebastian to be there, or is this just you guys?
I think it was just us.
Yeah, because what were we meeting up?
We're discussing
The
mission.
Yeah.
The finding of the missing. Right?
Miss Mayweather, was it? Mayweather.
Then, a little bit after you arrive, Yorna would show up, and Lily would come down to the front.
The place that allows smoking.
Yeah, I don't think many places here are too concerned.
I would have my pipe out.
Yeah.
Someone could say.
I won't open over.
Morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead up. Do something?
Well, yes. Why wouldn't I be?
God, no, we never agreed on a time. I wasn't sure when people show up.
I mean, I got the vibe morning, so here I am.
Yeah. Feel free to order anything. Yeah.
I'm okay, I had a bite.
Yeah. Oh, you're already here.
There you go. Stuff to do, right? Automatons to find.
Early bird catches the worm.
Didn't expect you to be a morning person.
Yeah, that's a fair assumption, but I
That
get
is a fair assumption,
I
actually.
get-
I suppose in the morning it's still technically dark.
exactly.
Huh?
I get up. I get up early.
Like dark early?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a lot to be done. Gotta make sure Rogue gets fed, gets to stretch his legs, bit of practice.
Like a holiday scene.
Yeah.
That's good.
Alright, do we want to find this Mayweather then?
Well, I thought that, which is not my thing, you did say that we should have a proper introduction that first time we agreed to come here. And we did kind of just rush out on mission without knowing each other well. And we kind of were a bit busy to get to that far.
Yes.
And our one weakness was that we weren't on the same wavelength on that particular moment. So I thought that if we want this to work out better, we should at least form some sort of camaraderie.
So then, introduction and just a little bit about ourselves.
Yeah. Start with you.
I'm Lily Crondle, and I'm from Sandler Hollow. I mainly performed at taverns around there, and also traveled a bit far to perform in other towns as well. And then I came to the city.
Have I heard of the place that Lily was from? Sandler Hollow?
Yeah, it's a small town, kind of past Nexa. A couple of weeks travel.
Yeah. And you've never been to Argentum before, after all your travels?
Mm-mm. I love Argentum, and now I'm here.
How about you, Yorna?
Me next.
Yeah.
You don't want to go next?
I feel like I started this conversation, so I should get to
Lucky
End the
lass.
conversation.
it.
Well, I am Yorna Ballstrom, and as you know, I work here with the Iron Legion, but I actually hail from the Druid village, Wood End. I actually come from there. The rest of my family lives there currently.
Is it, so is it a village full of druids, or are there other people there?
Majoritively Druids, like 90% Druids. Not me, though, sadly. Didn't quite figure that one out.
When you were down there recently, did they mention anything about knowing off a rock somewhere?
No, it kind of just happened in the morning, yeah.
Do you know, just curious, because the Dryad seemed to blame that town for for some reason.
I don't know what that's about.
When did your family, all the druids, like, start living there?
Oh, a while ago. Many, many years.
Okay. That's curious, because anything helps with the mystery.
Yes, that is me. And so obviously I do Legion work here, and then on my days off I just enjoy the streets and enjoy the sunshine.
And the right old age of... When did you join the Legion?
I was 18.
18.
So 10 years ago, I'm 28.
Is that late to join Legion, or pretty early in life compared to others?
Compared to others, I think what made it quite a big jump was that I went to the Iron Legion as 18. Iron Legion's quite high
No, I
up
see.
there. You get, teenagers trying out to be guard, but, it's not very common for a younger person to find themselves in the Iron Legion.
Gee, I have a favor for you. If you ever find one of your higher-ups, maybe, I don't know, it's best to ask around. I sensed an elemental creature somewhere in the city. I have a way about sensing creatures. I can't tell where exactly they are, I just can sense them when they're within a mile sometimes.
An elemental.
And I wasn't here 3 days ago. I normally check out the city every so often with that ability, however, that's a new one.
I very much hope it's not bad and not nature related. Well, elemental, but you know what.
Can Strider fully 100% of them agree that there's no way that there's a good elemental? There's nothing. There's no way I'm sensing something
Good
that's not a creature.
Non-hostile elemental.
I mean, if there is an elemental, it will be some sort of creature of the elements. Yes.
Well, I mean, if it comes up, I don't think that is something I can just outright ask. Have you seen an elemental around?
Well, I feel like we would notice if there's an elemental in town, so it must be maybe in the sewers, it could be in a building somewhere.
Tucked away.
Maybe this mission leads us to a, I don't know, walking elemental that looks like a fucking machine. And they just mistook it for
On to you then.
onto me. I was hoping to just keep going.
No, I could tell. I could
It's your
tell.
turn now.
Well, I guess, Yorna, you have earned more details, being that you did drag me out of dying and did offer your blood. So I'll share my name with you.
No,
Use flying. Well, you're here.
I'm not worthy.
You are worthy. Yeah. I'm just saying, especially for carrying my this body. Some points. I'm not saying you didn't. I'm just saying that it's quite a lot of points. I still would prefer if you guys call me Strider, though, if that's all right. That's
Of
just
course.
what
I
I'm used
mean,
to.
that is what I know you now by.
It's what I'm used to, and it's written on all my stuff. But people that do know me a little more, like this, call me Quentin.
Quentin.
Yes.
Quentin. Last name?
Pick.
Quentin Bill.
Quentin Bear. That is such an un-Kyle name.
It's a very long name, and I prefer to keep things short. So Strider is what I go by.
I like Strato.
A lot of people kind of choose their adventure names, hero names, party names. I feel like Argentum is the type of place that you could become someone else. I guess, be who you want to be.
And
I get
so,
that feeling too.
and so you obviously hail Jacob.
Yes. Born, raised after bad shit happened, kind of just started doing stuff on my own until my talents were recognized by Ish, and then he started giving me quests and helping me. Part of me wishes to venture out for away from Argentum, see what's out there, but this place will always kind of, I don't know,
Holds a special place.
holds a special place, but I feel like I'm chained to it by fate, almost, just to keep doing my life mission of stopping creatures. There's always more. There's goblins now, giant out there now, you know.
Base spiders.
Never simple. Now fire, no, fire is unreal.
Could be fire.
It could be fire, water, even. However, you know, plus it takes a long time to make connections, and so to restart somewhere else would be pretty slow.
A lot of extra work. Mind you, you're still young, so got plenty of time.
I don't really think about age, I guess. Well, that's me. Venture for hire.
We're all very different, aren't we?
Well, I would say I'm the most different. I haven't ever traveled to the city or much anywhere close to the city. And it's a big jump.
You'll get used to it. City's kind of just what it is.
How would you describe the city? I got that.
No, it's fair. Cool. I would describe it as large, not just in size, but large as in there's so much information to digest about the city. There's so much people and things you may not know about the city and things out there in the city. So just a large place. There's a lot of things.
It's definitely wondrous.
Like being restricted through levels like the stone and earth and stuff like that doesn't mean that wherever you were raised or your job does limit you to the knowledge and what you can understand, which makes you think the higher you go, what's being hidden, what do lower people not get to know, you know? And that's why I do like the newspaper.
Well, so we want to find this Mayweather now, then?
Yes.
Where was it said that we might find this Mr. Mayweather?
It was an earthworm.
Where was it said?
At Churro. What was it? It was.
I didn't write it down.
Was that a workplace?
Where did she work?
It was a tailor shop.
Yeah.
Ah, tailor shop.
I'll go up to the barkeep. Do you know a way? What's her name?
Miss Mayweather.
Miss Mayweather. The tailor
Runs a
shop.
tailor shop.
Let's see.
Let's see.
I can't say that the name rings a bell, I'm afraid, dear.
What about a tailor shop?
I mean, there's several.
That's just,
There we go for a walk.
yeah.
I will bring out. I'll tend to the others. At some point, it's probably not important, but we might need a group name if we're going to be seen together so often, like I mentioned before. Plus, the guild pays for missions like this more as a group.
Ah,
Sign up soon. That's why it's Strider Cubs. It's the party of one, but we can't all be Strider.
we could just be
The Striders.
The Striders.
I don't want to be called the Striders.
I love how against it Lily is. Like Striders.
Stride.
I don't know, it's just something to think about. not great with names, so
Neither.
try to think of something. But
The piercing hearts.
it's like a bit fantastical.
I also don't think that suits us.
Like I'd rather be like not something that's like, look at us, we're amazing warriors and adventurers of sorts and
Well,
stuff.
what about the Stonehide tree?
I think that's taken.
No. I think I've heard a song about it.
Actually, you would have.
That's taken actually.
Even better, we go the mithrils instead of the animators. The mithrils.
No. But yeah, have you heard that song? Not true.
I would have heard this, right? Like I sometimes go past taverns. Would it be played in taverns or not really?
Give me intelligence.
It's a classic twist on Skillet. Skillet.
Wait, what? Oh no.
4. You have no idea what he's talking about.
What's the vibe of the song?
It's like a obviously it's a single musician, but it is essentially like a ballad of two opposing sides.
It's about two opposing sides, like a fight going on. Songs that
I'm afraid I have not heard of it.
right. Well, let's go. Well, I'm sure if we go ask one tailor shop, they'll know where the others are, right? Gotta keep the We'll go to the closest tailor shop.
All right. Can I get a group investigation check? So you plan for
This is where we find out we're not looking for a tailor shop.
19.
see?
Yeah.
Perception or easy.
Investigation.
I missed
Easy. 21.
7.
Okay.
Oh. I'm busy thinking of that group name.
Yeah. You want to find somewhere that's closed.
Sure, it's open.
Eventually, walking down the street, you find what looks like a kind of more ragtag tailors that points you in the right direction after you give Miss Mayweather's name to the Silken Stitch, which is located kind of almost near the city front, kind of on that initial stretch where people coming and going can find it, but it is kind of tucked away in that area. And you make your way in that direction. You can see what looks like a very kind of... it's an ornate storefront that's being played up to look richer than it is. These are definitely like simple materials and simple construction and like simple fabrics that are on display here, but they have an air of being kind of upcycled in a way to try and make them look more fancy and look a bit more like they're worth a little bit more. And you can see the Silken Stitch written out in a single cursive line above the door.
Well,
Talk to quiet.
in there somewhere.
The door creaks open. You can see there are marvelous outfits of bright blues and reds and pinks and purples and full suits and dresses tailored on mannequins, but also just full rolls of colored fabrics that are harder to find down here where things are usually a little bit cheaper and a little bit more for the everyday person, but they are seemingly priced not extravagantly. These are more high fashion garments that still look like they're aimed at the common folk of this area. As you open the door, this is a large building, and a shorter human woman stands before you, significantly shorter than any of you, kind of low 5-foot range. A very like barrel-shaped woman is the best way I can put it. Like in a dress that goes over her shoulders and kind of tucks in down by the floor. Kind of dark grey hair that has shocks of white through it that are pulled back in dreads and pulled into a bun. She has a dark complexion, skin tone.
I love the image that we have an Iron Legion member, someone in all black and 2 swords.
Yeah.
And then like someone that looks like they would be shopping at a tailor shop. Us tall
That
people.
sounds like a setup to a joke.
She's in a vibrant blue dress that falls down by her ankles, a like golden adornment around the front, and a large fur collar that pulls in at the back.
God damn.
Yes. And who's at the front? You knocked on the door?
I did not.
Kind of creaks it open, goes, "Can I help you?"
We're here to help you. You're missing.
Why did that sound right like
You're missing one of the automatons.
"Oh, you're here to..." "All right." And she'll open the door. She goes, "Oh, there's more of you.
Yes, we're sort of a group.
We're a band.
Good morning. I apologize. I was about to open up shop, so it's still a little bit of a mess. Come on in."
I'll walk on in.
She ushers you through. This is, a large storefront, but it looks like it pushes out to maybe a warehouse or something in the back. She goes, "I reported that to the paper and the guard, but you don't seem like either."
We're a newly formed group that takes on commissions.
I will show my wax that has S's.
He goes, "Oh, right. Yes, I was a little confused. I didn't put any word in with the commission, but if you're here on behalf of the Times, then I would have to thank you. 'Tis a large sum of money that has seemingly walked down the street in the middle of the night."
And you do mean literally walked down?
I wouldn't be sure. I closed up shop, and when I came back in the morning, the door was open and the machine gone.
And how many days has it been since?
A little over a week now?
And to keep the store open?
Yes, of course.
Patrons walking through?
When you found the door open, was there any sign of struggle, or it just seemed like he just walked on out on his own?
Was it any breakage or damage at all?
She kind of, the best way I can describe it is waddles over to the front door and kind of runs her hand down the door frame. And you can see that there is a bit of a patch job done where it looks like a chunk has been knocked out of the door frame. She goes, "I mean, this was about it. Honestly, I would have expected more damage from something like that trying to get out."
Could you please show us where it normally keeps itself?
Of course.
Or when
Come
you
through the
last
back.
saw it? Thank you.
She guides you through to a much larger warehouse out the back where you can see why she needed the automaton. There are maybe 5 or 6 rolls high, going maybe 8 meters up to the ceiling, just rolls of fabrics and cloths and furs that are bundled up in, incredibly heavy-looking packed tight rolls that are pushed tight up against the wall. And she kind of just gestures to a spot in the corner where there is something of like a machine bay in the back.
I'll go up to it. Is this the last place you saw it before it left?
Yeah, I left it here for the night and came back and it wasn't.
How many people have come into this room since?
Just me and my associate.
I will then start looking at the pod that it probably charges in, I presume, or something, and look for any signs of tampering or any signs of, see if I can figure out if it has a footprint or anything that I can learn about how to track.
Yeah. Give me an investigation check.
And I have a question. She said that her automaton went missing a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
When did we arrive?
3-4 days ago.
Okay, never mind.
23.
23, damn. As you're taking the time to look around, she goes, tea, anyone?
I think for now we're good. But thank you.
Yeah, no thinking.
Very well. And she'll head back out to the front of the shop. 23.
Yeah. That's the ranger.
Looking around, at first glance, it looks perfectly sound. Like this thing just stood up and walked out of here. Taking the time to look over it thoroughly, however, you can see that around the back there is a panel that looks like it has been forced open and is now just sitting loose with what looks like almost like an emergency release or something if someone has to pull one of these machines out of these like bays. And it looks like that has been tripped. 23?
Yeah.
You also notice kind of flicking that up and jamming your head between it and the wall as much as you can. That within that little cubby in the back that latch leads to, there is a tube of faintly glowing fluorescent pink liquid.
Mm-hmm.
Can I grab out one of my vials?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna, and then try and fit it and try undo the tube to pour it in.
Yeah. You kind of leak a bit of that in. You get the sense that there's probably like 2 or 3 vials worth in here.
Oh, I'm gonna keep going and I'll like turn it up and then grab another vial.
Yeah.
So mean.
Then you have 3 vials of this pink fluid.
For the sake of just gold, can I just say whenever I do my end of grocery list, vials are just the vials are on that list too.
Yeah, that'd be included in your general kit.
Grab those.
Yeah.
That's what we found.
That's concerning. Do you know why?
Well, it's whatever makes them do what people want.
Yes, but if there has been an issue here with an automaton before we even arrived, that means malfunctions have already started happening before we even got.
This isn't a malfunction. This was purposely, like, this was tampered and added in, was kind of the vibe.
23, right?
Yeah. Can I check if the tube was, like, messed with, I guess, with that 23 to see if it was?
The tube looks like it was always intended to be there.
Okay.
But the emergency release to get the machine out of this contraption was tripped.
Can I see where the tube leads to? That's the other side, so it's into the thing.
Yeah.
Where does it go?
Give me... What the hell is this gonna be? Just give me another investigation check, because...
That's pretty good. 19.
19. Taking a look a bit deeper into this machine, it looks like that is essentially like the connection point where the automaton would be sat into this bay.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there was a significantly larger tank underneath that is empty.
Okay, so there's a machine that it sits in,
Yeah.
and the tube goes up into the back.
Essentially, it's like, let's say the machine's this big. There's a little panel on the back that had that switch that you can see is flipped, and like this small tube
That looks like it would pour into the
Yes.
automaton, and then the other side is in to like a...
It looks like there was a larger reservoir of this liquid at some point.
Do you want to grab the lady?
Yeah. And I'll go to the front of the store. Miss Mayweather, do you want to join us in the back?
Of course.
Seems to be the charge. Is this the charge the automaton, or
This is where it rests, refuels, whatever it needs to do.
Do you have to replace the fuel yourself?
Don't believe so. I bought this, not too very long ago. The gear, come around and replace what they need to replace.
When was the last time? Let me guess. You actually got this refueled recently.
I only purchased it recently. It's a refurbished model.
How long ago did you purchase it?
It was, I only had it for a few days before it went to miss.
Interesting. Were you here watching them set up?
I mean, I was here when they installed it, yes.
Could you try just ring in your head what the color of the liquid was that was in the fuel? What color was the fuel? And I'll hide the vials so she doesn't get to guess. It's really important that we know.
I didn't see any fuel of any description.
And I point to like where there should be a tub of stuff. It seems that it needs some sort of liquid here to get.
She like sees that you're like looking through the internals of this thing. She goes, I mean, I haven't looked at it that intensely. I'm sorry, I don't think I can help you.
Interesting. You know, like this. And it doesn't, and so the tubes go into the thing that has fuel, and the fuel thing is missing as well?
Yes.
Can I try to just look around the room really quickly to see if I can find if anything that looks like it would fit in it was like just discarded somewhere?
And what's everyone else doing? What's this happening?
Well, I'm in like there's like a warehouse area.
Yeah, this is just a like big
If
storage
there are
room.
any windows or
I'm
like
like,
doors leading to like a back area, then any break-in or signs of tampering.
Because this is
Yeah,
not
give me an
nice.
investigation check.
I'm interested to see what you will say.
What's Yorna doing?
Currently observing because I'm still trying to like picture it, if that makes any sense. Like I'm trying to figure out what I'm looking at.
It's a big machine with a button and some tubes in it, essentially. The tubes that are bigger.
Mine's a bigger version, but this just helps me
Oh,
understand it.
that's kind of what I've done.
On and off switch.
So where the automaton sits here, or
That sits in front of this, like this. Yeah.
so this is the back.
Yeah.
Okay, and so this was pumping
It's pumping the
Some-
pink liquid
into
it. However, it's missing this part.
It's missing the fuel tank.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still looking for the fuel tank. See if there's any like.
Yeah. Have you rolled?
No. Well, I'm not.
Give me another investigation check.
I rolled a 6.
Everything. I'm good.
Can I help look for this fuel tank? I'd like to assist.
You gonna give him advantage?
Because what's your plus to investigation?
4.
Yeah, you get but
That's so dumb. Nat 20.
Ooh,
I didn't
alright.
even
Okay.
need it.
Oh,
So
like,
you're
Lily, first of all, looking around, you can see at the back of this warehouse there is a large window, but it's, being that this is a storage facility, is like barred up with iron rods that doesn't look like it's been infiltrated or damaged. On a natural 20 for your investigation check, it doesn't look like there is a discarded tank by any means anywhere. You do notice a few like very faint scratch marks in the floor, like something has moved out of here. And you do notice one of these large rolls of fabric has what looks like almost a bit of corrosion on the edge of it.
corrosion. I'd like to go up to one of the fabrics. Actually, excuse me, miss.
Of course.
I don't want to ruin any of your stuff, but this is an experiment I need to do to help track your thing. Is there any cheap fabric here you don't care about? Maybe some, just a little piece, like a test something on?
Oh, certainly I should have some scraps. One moment.
Instead of just grabbing one that looks expensive. Just going, does this fucking
She grabs a few scraps that won't be good for anything. I said, yeah.
I'll dab a little bit of the pink liquid.
It seems to just ever so faintly kind of chew away at it a little bit.
Okay, now this helps. I actually needed some of this for a theory I had, but I gave it away. I'll keep the vials. It's gone missing. Do you have security cabinet?
Yes, we actually have CCTV installed.
The night that it went missing, did you hear any sounds? Do you live here?
I don't live in the shop, no, I live down the street.
And what could it do? It just, like, exactly what type of build?
Oh, it was one of the ones they refer to as a mule. It's for lifting and helps me out in the shop.
And are you the only person you'd say in the Earth District that has one? Or do you think more people?
There's others with warehouses.
Okay. Is this similar to the one that carries wood every so often?
Yeah, same make, I believe.
Okay. Do you know who that one works for?
Oh, I believe that's Mason down at the woodyard, potentially.
We should go visit Mason. I want to see what his one looks like. Thank you very much. We'll keep investigating. Oh,
I have a question.
Yeah, of course.
Did your assistant work on the day that the automaton got up and left?
There's a good chance he was in. Don't imagine why he wouldn't have been. Yeah, quite likely.
And has he done anything of suspiciousness?
Goodness, I hadn't even thought of considering it. Not that I noticed, but I haven't been looking out for any suspicious activities.
has he been back since?
Yes, he was in yesterday.
What's his name? And could we get maybe his address?
Certainly. And she'll write that down.
So we investigate the wood dude.
If it's been with this one.
Well, if it has the same resting area, I want to just compare notes to what the inside of that looks like. See if the liquid, what the actual color of the liquid's supposed to be, and then we can compare that it's actually different liquid. Because so far we have no idea.
Should we stick together or should we split?
Are you're good at talking your way through things, right?
Mm-hmm.
How good are you at knowing someone else is talking their way through things?
Decently.
How good's your insight? Mine's pretty fucking good, to be honest.
That's good.
7.
Mine's plus
Plus 3. I could.
Let's stick together.
Yeah.
okay.
DM, this is a question for you. We recently leveled up last session, and I couldn't decide what to give myself expertise in, and I feel like I chose the wrong thing.
Oh?
I haven't used it yet. I I gave it to my deception,
Yeah.
and I totally thought I had expertise already in investigation. That's because I have it in insider perception.
Yeah, that's fine. You
Can I
can
swap those?
swap those over.
Because I have it in insight and perception, and investigation is the third
Yeah.
kicking cushion.
Sweet.
So saw this. Heading to the Woodman.
Mason.
Woodman.
Mason.
Stop the woodman.
Yep. So she would give you the name of her assistant, who is Darren Tornbull,
Hornbull.
who's a halfling who lives in the Ring of Earth.
Man, all the Harplings popping out right when I took out the Harpling language for Draconic.
Dude, he did it on purpose. he was like, oh, no longer. Okay, let's make this
Finally, a
one
language he can speak.
And you start looking for Mason.
Yeah, as we walk out, do I see any odd, because we're in the poor district, are there anyone like talking in corners or anything? Any suspicious people? Not like fully suspicious, but maybe ones that are speaking thieves' cant or just being a bit sneaky.
Give me perception.
That is going to be 22.
22. Damn.
Yeah, I can roll a 14 and get a 22. Perception is my best. Dragon eyes.
I have a,
My curse.
have a question. You know,
I mean, there's a couple of people around that are eyeing the uncommon appearance of what look like adventurers in kind of this shopping district, but no one that seems to be paying too much attention.
No one that might know thieves can. If I like did like a yo, anyone out there?
You get the sense not.
Okay.
Is there any corrosion leading out of the store?
Give me an investigation check.
8.
8. Not that you can see.
I would like to, if it's on the way, stop by the so-called garden that Yorna keeps talking about.
I mean, that would be
Double back in it.
backtracking a wee bit, but
How far? Can we quickly go there?
yeah, I mean, you can take a little bit of time out of your day to go that way.
Why are we heading over here?
I had a theory. It might ruin one of the plants.
Do you have to?
Yes.
Just do like a little.
Just one of them.
Okay.
You could probably pluck in
Nah, because then I think it dies if we pluck it already.
and be ready to pluck.
Go up to one of the flowers.
Mhm.
Put my hood while no one's looking and try something. I want to.
I just stand over you, hands on hips, watching you.
I might. Do you think I would have any vials that are potentially non-see-through, ones that are maybe like taped over? I don't know what I could put around a vial, but
I mean, you have various like leather pouches that hold bottles, so I'm sure you could detach one.
yeah, that's because I don't want people to see.
Yeah, of course.
I want to grab one of the bigger ones and like on one of these. Drip off the purple stuff. Those living things.
It seems to just harmlessly just fall off and just hit the ground.
The leaf or
The liquid just harmlessly glides off the leaf,
Just
same way that rainwater would.
doesn't fuck it, like just stuff it, which means it's not the raw.
No. Either way. And I'm gonna scoop up what he's just dumped in the garden because I don't want that sitting there, and I'm just gonna put out something. Just gonna.
Yeah, all right.
How's your calm?
I'm so constitutious.
Want to take in a bit of like a drip on your finger?
I mean, I just touched it.
Well, I was in there.
Yeah, go on.
We need to see what it does, you know? Real understanding. Scientists.
One moment.
It's too many dice to roll IRL. Good evening, Google. How much is 100 d6s?
That's the damage I'm taking. Must be like. Yeah, but isn't fabric still to some degree like organic? It's like made of plants or something.
No. It's different. If it was, the plants would have got affected. It's okay. The cloth did like decay in a weird way, right? Like it wasn't natural.
I just ate away at the floor.
Like it's definitely not.
Yeah, like it's the best way to describe it. Almost like you like poured water on the edge of like a piece of cotton candy. It just seemed to like dissolve into it.
Ah. Yeesh.
Just reminds me of that one.
The raccoon, yeah, I was gonna say that.
He gets given cotton candy, puts it in the water, and it disappears. He's like, what?
He was like, bro, this is gonna be the biggest snack of my life.
He's like,
Got
gotta
to
wash
clean
it
it.
first.
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
That's so
So
sad.
sad.
I'm a fan of that. Good. This makes me think I've given this purpose up to the wrong person now. Fuck. We have to go somewhere later. We can get that shit.
You pour some of this onto you. I'll say for the research purposes, you're not going to be using a vial. but you'll be able to essentially figure out what the effects of it are by just using a little bit, same way that you can with potions. Can I please get a Constitution saving throw?
Would have been really funny if it was a Taurus different save.
Roll a dick save.
19.
19. You feel for a moment the muscles in your hands tense up, but release.
I'm just gonna...
Do I see that? Like, could I tell that her muscles tense up at some point?
Yeah, like it's pretty visible, like almost like having to pull yourself free from.
I would say a weird, like, confusion, then followed by a smile goes on to Strider's face, where it's like, could be useful.
Not... That's awful.
New collection.
Alright, go easy on that stuff.
Okay, weird.
Now you got taste it.
No one is drinking it.
Just stop breathing.
You spasm.
Okay.
So plant matter might be okay, but organic matter?
Let's.
No, not organic, but
There's a few
normal
things
flesh.
There's a few things we need to do that I want to discuss before we go talk to the wood dude.
Okay.
When you go talk to the wood dude, I think first, S might be able to use some sort of location magic if we're lucky. Third/second, there's an area we need to go somewhere. However,
You're leading us to a lot of places.
well, yeah, that's
No, but like, maybe tell us exactly what
we'll go to the wood person to
Yes.
compare his charging station
Yes.
to this one.
Yes.
See what type of tube, what type of liquid is compared to this.
Yes. I just mean the other place. Where's this?
Yeah, I'm gonna update this. The next place, I needed information and I pawned off some of the liquid that I had left.
Ah,
However, now that I know how dangerous it is, kind of want to get it back.
good luck.
Of course, don't want to leave you guys in the dark, so I feel like we should all go. However, you wouldn't be welcome in what you're wearing.
Ah,
It's not a, how do I say? It's not a, is it illegal?
so it's not something that Legion eyes should be viewing.
No, not at all.
Well, then I can just change into something else
Okay.
and I'll turn a blind eye. This once.
It's a very, I don't like
It's
it.
important that we get this
Exactly.
back.
I also want to
But
say,
that's the only reason why.
I heavily am disgusted by this place. Do not like going there, but it's the only place that I can get certain stuff.
What place is that?
You'll see at some point. And you have to keep this a
Besides, this
secret.
might give me some good insight into the inner workings of the city.
Don't know what I'm doing for the city now. Onwards to the woods, man.
Okay.
To the woods, man!
We're we're here to investigate your shit.
Can I get a group investigation check, please?
Yeah.
Oh, it's good!
12.
Dirty 20. I did it, fam.
But yeah, of course I could spell. I knew that. Well, that didn't help me. I just added the second number with my modifier, not cared about the first number.
Perfect.
That's 22.
2 is a plus 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
20.
I was like, 6 and 6 is 12, and I'm like, cool, but I got a 16.
Yeah, you got a plus 10 for that.
I'm like, why did I do it like this?
Well, now what?
You're halfway there.
Oh dear. All right. Easy enough to kind of catch a few people's ears and ask the direction of where you're headed. Eventually, you are directed to Mason's Woodshop, where you can see another kind of industrial storefront with a warehouse out the back. Off to the side, you can see stacks of raw tree trunks, of cut lumber, of timber of various colors and finishes stored under like roofing outside. You can see that automaton outside is taking chunks of that wood, moving and shifting them into their correct piles. But the door is open.
Put my head in. Excuse me.
Right there. Who's there?
We're working with the paper.
We're here to investigate Miss Mayweather's missing automaton, and we want to just compare her charging station to the one that your automaton used. They are the same model. We just want to check some things out. You're in no trouble. We just want to have a look
Her
around.
one has been messed with, so I need to compare the differences.
Can I get, please?
And I'll slide my thing.
Between two of you,
Mhm.
persuasion.
I have a +4. So. Okay.
Oh, you know what? That's okay. That's your +4 round.
It's going
They're carrying us, right?
wonderful. I
10.
got
10?
I got a net.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
the fuck's the paper doing down here?
There is a missing automaton.
We have just been asked to help. That is all.
We're adventurers investigating where it's gone. We just need some help.
It ain't gone here. This one's mine.
Yeah, we know that. So you know the charging station, you have the thing it rests in?
Sure.
The one that's gone missing also rests in one that's been tampered with. I know what the tampered version looks like, but I need to have a look at what the non-tampered one looks like.
Just for comparison. And I'll pull out an electrum. Actually, I'll pull out 5 electrum and I'll just offer them up.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage, please.
Better.
Your halfling name.
18.
This man is a dwarf, elderly dwarf. 18?
18.
Yes. Fine, as long as you don't here to cause trouble.
Wonderful.
I'll say in dwarf. We'll make sure that everything stays in shape.
He would reply, better be.
Could you show us where it is?
Sure, follow me. He leads you back into his warehouse in a corner where, out of the way of his various equipment here and various shelving, you see what looks like a much more rudimentary looking block.
I go to the back and try to see what we got. Hope he's not tucked it into a corner.
Give me an investigation check.
Are you looking at the charging station?
Yeah.
Can I also just have a look at it, comparing it? Obviously, I wasn't as investigative of the other one, but I want to take note of the fuel tank mainly.
12.
12. Can I get just perception from you?
23.
23. Strider goes and starts looking around the back. You can't seem to find a similar panel. You're looking. You notice, while the machine is described as the same size, this brick is smaller and looks much more... It looks older and a bit more crude. Doesn't look as new.
Okay.
Find the fuel tank somehow. Is there any like screws or anything? I don't know what's held together.
I mean, yeah, there's various rivets and things holding these various metal panels together.
I'm gonna go up to Lily. Do you think we could distract both and friend outside? We're good.
outside.
Yeah, I need to pull this apart a little bit. And I go up and I grab out my dagger, or I'd find a screwdriver if there's one around. And just rip them. And I want to try to start like.
I kind of block Strider from immediate view,
Yeah.
just making it look like I'm inspecting the machine.
Is most of the stuff that he's been working on outside?
It looks like a lot of his storage is outside. A lot of what he's working on is kind of in the front of this shop, whereas this is all happening at the back.
We'll stop and talk about like their family history.
Shut the fuck up.
And this one!
Before I lead him out, can I just observe the craftsmanship of what he makes in comparison to what has been traded around in Salmon Hollow and nearby places?
Yeah. Do you want to give me... I'm going to call this. Just give me a... let's go perception check.
Perception.
A 10.
Yeah. You can see various functional furnitures, so tables, chairs, the bases for things like sofas. They look plain, but well constructed. And you can see something that you didn't initially notice because it almost looked like it was part of the wall, but a large archway that is being constructed in the front of the shop that's almost ceiling height.
May I ask, do you trade outside of Argentum?
Not usually, no need.
Well, if you were to, I can think of a buyer who would be up for probably multiple of your crafts.
You know people outside the city?
A lot of tradies who travel around and make their own stuff of worthy price.
Right.
Would you be interested?
People are willing to find a way to get the stuff out of the city, more than interested. It's just hard to throw a lot of this in a cart.
And I try to escort him outside and I'll say, will you be willing to show the type of materials you use?
Okay. Give me... I'll let you choose whether this is deception or persuasion.
Bruh, what kind of thief does that
One that just became one. I learned I feel like
18 persuasion.
but I don't have it.
18 persuasion.
You're just proficient with your...
Certainly. Follow me out the front. You'll kind of wander out
I
the front.
look back and I was like,
If I don't find a screwdriver, I'll pull out my glowing dagger. Oh my god.
As that's happening. You wander out the front, and he heads over to the automaton construct. Just kind of was, all right, that'll be enough, sit down. It kind of just stops what it's doing, finishes its task, and backs up into an idle state.
does it respond to your voice?
Hey, it's there's a word for it. It's attached to me.
Is that how it is with all automatons?
I believe so.
And how does assigning the attachment work? Do you know?
Well, there was this thing that they gave me that I focused on for a while, and eventually it started listening to me.
Right. Can multiple people be attached?
That's a good question. Don't see why not.
Anyway, about these materials.
Right, yes. He goes, starts lifting off his various walnut and cedar and oak. And we'll come to the back. You're trying to get into this thing with the dagger?
Yeah.
All right, give me a...
He's got a store. So can I find if he's got any smaller things?
Don't break and corrupt this guy's stuff.
You can give me... Actually, you don't need to give me an investigation check. He has various sets of chisels, if you're willing to try and hit some metal with a wood chisel.
Well, I feel like the chisel's it's got a flat point, so I can use the corner.
No, could be
Kind of
done.
like a thieves' tool.
No?
I'm going to pull that out.
Okay.
Like, and use my dagger and try like thieves' tool unlock. So,
All right. Yeah, give me a sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
you're not great. 10.
10. You kind of go at one of these metal panels and try and like pull it out. Chip the corner off of the chisel and just kind of put that to the side. Looking through the small gap that you've created, the internals of this machine look different. It doesn't look like there's any kind of fuel line in here. You can see that there's a few runes engraved on the backside of the metals, but it seems different.
So there's no like to where he would sit or rest either, like to pour something.
Doesn't seem to be.
Interesting. I don't think this is gonna work.
No, he has like an older yet more elite version. Whereas the you know how it is with like new stuff, and new stuff is like easier to hack and destroy, whereas the old stuff is always trusty and solid. I feel like he's got the solid deal, and the poor lady got scammed.
I'll put it back.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we just
Best you can.
I think we just leave.
Let's
I don't
leave.
think we're gonna learn anything here. I do have a question for the guy.
Alright, let's go.
Walk out.
And over here we have our dark oak, which is this nice dark brown. You can see here through the grain. Oh, you're back.
Thank you for letting us have a look. I have just a few questions about how they work.
You sure?
How does it like retain its energy? Does it just sit there and charge?
I mean, every so often it stops working. I have to call the gear up to throw another one of their shiny rocks in it.
Interesting.
Well, so this one runs on rocks, and maybe the other ones run on like fuel.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that'll be all.
Right?
Thank you for your time.
Before we go,
Yeah.
how long ago did you receive this automaton?
Oh, this guy's been roaming around here for the last 13, 14 months.
Yeah, all right.
Do you know anyone else that may have gotten a new one like this?
The new ones come with a bit of an upfront fee. Not off the top of my head.
Sure, find that information now. Actually, Yorna, do you think you can use your connections at the gear to see if you can see any of their latest purchase? So, like, see who they're sold to? Like a list of customers? At some point?
Yes, who you'd want me to find some other than Mayweather?
Yeah, so we can actually compare at some point.
Yeah,
Maybe later.
I can say that it's for like a commission from the paper.
Okay, thank you. Well, let's go find the part-time employee.
I'll catch up to you. I just need to close it.
Oh, let's get going. And we'll head up.
Okay. What's Lily up to?
Dire stock.
Okay. I'll have you write a letter to the buyer, and if you include my name, then I'm sure that he'll work out something with you in terms of trading outside of Argentum.
Amazing.
Do you cater your crafts to a certain consumer?
I'm sorry?
Or like, do your crafts vary from person to person?
Oh,
Do you
absolutely.
Get commissions or?
These are,
Personalized, eh?
the folks around here usually come in looking for specifics. Obviously, we have things out front for those that are just looking for something fast, but it's not uncommon.
Then I would say it's wise to include that in the deal as well.
Of course.
I write down the person who is Krungle.
Yeah.
Just write this to him. He lives in Sandler Hollow.
Oh, right. Other side of Nexa. Good to know. And your name was?
Lily.
Right. Mason.
Yes.
It's a pleasure. Well, if you're ever looking for furniture, you know where to find me.
You have a good day.
I do. All right, fire back up. And slams the automaton on the back as it.
Run back to the group.
Yeah.
And I run up and walk along Strider as I have some information about the automatons.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently you can assign a person to control them. Apparently you have to hold a stone of some kind for a while or like a few days. And then you can control it by talking to it. Like saying an instruction. And then they'll do it for you.
Interesting, but that one's the only one that we know if it works in stone. Is it closer to go to the actually, let's go to the worker. He's probably got control of
The assistant.
yeah, the assistant probably has control over it as well if it's working shift with it.
Alright, we'll go to Darren Turnbull then.
Is there any way that I could get some sort of request sent to S from Merion? Like anywhere I could like leave a message within our things. Get some thieves can't pass down the train.
Yeah, I mean, you could head to like a newspaper vendor and get something back.
But be like, I'll write in thieves can so that like it's a coded message.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
I will say, I'll tell like a random adventure story, but within the lines it will say that found that purple liquid was used in the incident of the automaton leaving. Following some more trails, do you think you can track where the liquid came from with a spell? Meet us at this address and I'll do this person if you have any questions or want to see what's going on. And then I'll continue. We'll continue to the employee.
So you're leaving a meeting place in that?
Yeah,
No?
it's the employee's house.
Okay.
For the note. For
For the note.
receiving a note back. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying if you need more information, go to this location.
Okay. Sweet.
And that's the location we're going to.
Alright.
Okay.
Sweet. Then you send that off to get pushed up.
While we're here, I will primeval awareness again. The first time today.
Yeah.
Lasts for a minute. Just want to see if I get elemental ping. Or if I get any new ones. Because
Elemental ping still there.
and I'm in a different location, like it's definitely
I mean, you're kind of in between where you
Yeah.
did your last two pings, but it's definitely within the city.
alright, to the employee.
All right. Heading down to the housing district of this area.
Yes. Darren Turnbull.
What's the approach? As you near his home?
Let's try not to seem too surprisingly invasive. Let's be polite. Then I walk up and I.
Should I knock?
Okay, well, Lydic says multiple ways we can have control. There is two theories that have to be correct. One. Second theory is I'll take this back away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already backing away, so I don't look weird.
This person either did it and gave it the command to leave because he probably has control over it if he's working. Second, whoever gave them the automaton kept control of it. And it means it was whoever gifted it or shipped it. Those are two theories that have to be one of them.
Well, if it's the second theory, then it would have to be someone from the game.
Yes, but if it's the first theory, it's this guy. Which 50-50, it could still be this. He's a chance to lie.
How do you explain the liquid?
They could have gotten it, added it in.
Could be
The
working
gear
for
could have gotten
someone.
But my theory is I think we should send Lily in, be a bit nice, gain his trust a bit, let me try sneak in and hear what he's saying. We can try to see if he's lying, but I might be able to find some more details just in case.
Alright, what do you want me to do? I feel like maybe...
You stand with Lily would seem, because you're on Legion. I think it would scare him, but it would.
I would say that your friends with them try and ease him into
Yeah.
trusting us.
Alright.
Yeah.
Then I'll go in with you.
And I will sneak around and see if I can find, as I hear the knock, see if I can find any like open window or like some or window to look through and see if I can notice anything.
Okay. I will say, as you approach, you notice that this is more like a housing block. Like there's like 7 or 8 houses built into one structure here. But you could take the time to go around the back and see if there's windows.
So I'm looking right now.
Give me a perception check.
Stick to the shadows, you'll be good.
Perception check.
Yeah.
That is 17.
17. I mean, there seems to be a dwarf on the other side of the street that's halfway paying attention, but...
Okay. Just gonna quickly.
just climb over.
Yeah.
All right. Give me an acrobatics check.
Oh man. 10.
10. All right. Jump up onto the roof, and as you do, you notice your foot begin to slide on a roof tile that's loose, and you just barely catch yourself before it goes sliding off of the roof and makes a little more noise than you were hoping for, but you're able to catch that and make your way over.
I will let the others know before I leave, but make sure you see if it's not.
Yeah, alright.
Look for like redness, sweat, clean with his fingers, things like that. I will
Alright.
try sneaking. As I hear a knock, I will.
Yeah.
Like,
Just hear a voice from inside. Just a moment.
Oh no, he sounds timid. Gonna scare him.
A couple of moments later,
the opposite ones.
No. Like, not purposefully.
you hear the door unlatch and open, and you can see a halfling woman standing there. Just, hello, can I help
I
you?
thought it was a dude
Are
too.
you Darren Tomba?
That would be my husband.
Is he at home right now?
Yes.
We are here to help with Mrs. Mayweather's case of the missing automaton.
She has a missing automaton.
Yes, although we were instructed to only keep this between those close to her.
Darren? Yes, dear. Yes. There's some friends at the door. Yes. All right, be there in a moment. Can I get perception checks from the two of you?
There's 2 of them.
You just let her go inside and
Actually, can I get perception checks from everyone?
Damn.
I'm saving it for the insight.
22.
Okay,
19.
19. Okay. The two of you at the door hear Darren approaching. What you don't hear, Strider sees, is that he, in kind of the backmost room of this house, as you kind of land down and you can see into the back window. That's fine. Is a halfling male who is sitting on the floor playing with building blocks with a much smaller halfling girl. And a few moments go by and he kind of like ruffles her hair and then makes his way out to the front of the house.
I don't think sneaky. No!
Where the two of you standing at the front door, you now see Darren come out. He goes, hi, can I help?
Kids.
Will you be willing to answer some questions?
Certainly. Can I ask what about?
Just about Mayweather's automaton?
Oh, yes, I heard she was getting one.
Getting one?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Where is she getting one from?
I believe the gear was dropping it off. That's why I'm on leave while she gets it set up.
And who informed you of this? Was it the gear?
No. Mary told me. Why? Sorry, Mary. Miss Mayweather.
I'd say they were like a day ago or something.
Yeah. Real quick. Mayweather said that she had her assistant working with her like literally a day ago, right? And this guy is saying that he's been on leave. Insight check.
Sure, give me an insight check.
Because I've had it for a...
Yeah, they had it for a few days.
She had it for a couple of days before I see it.
7.
7.
Nice.
I mean, there's no... He doesn't seem to be actively deceiving you.
Yeah.
Can you recall the past few days of your recent, like, just explain what you've been doing over the past few days?
Honey, you go inside and play with Charlotte. I'll be back in a minute.
As he walked up to them from the back window, can I still see him, like, at the door, like, from behind?
He walked through into another room to go out the front. So you can just see this young halfling girl, like, playing with building blocks in the back room. Is there anything you're
Friends
doing?
with her.
Full on fucking, like, Silco moment.
Hi, Friday.
No, it's going from bad to worse.
Hello.
Okay, I'm going to...
Oh no.
As I see him, like, distracted as he's about to turn, I'm gonna drink Eyes Go Dragon fully, and I'm gonna use Detect Magic, and I'm gonna look through the window if I see any magic residue or anything coming from him or anything in the house.
Interesting. Let me quickly...
The children's cologne.
They're all illusion.
Magic.
There's no one in the house.
Mind break.
I just like break the illusion, and Mom's like, what? Break it to her.
There doesn't seem to be anything of magic.
I quickly look around, just use it by the window. Are they? Is there any other windows like that lead into this building that's not the fucking level?
I mean, now that you're around the back of the building, you can see where like bits kind of jut in and out as like various rooms have been attached to this big mega structure. So you could like duck into like the little alcove that maybe has a few more windows inside.
Yeah, I want to try to see if he has an office.
Yeah. Give me an investigation check as you kind of rummage around the back.
Well,
Yeah.
Detect Magic is up.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee. Give me that 25.
And can I also get a stealth check?
Oh shit.
Study?
Oh, that's all right. That is going to be 17.
17.
Big study.
All right.
The little girl has a passive perception of 20.
No, damn. Only Strider's passives that are. You duck around to kind of one of the side rooms. You can see into what looks like a master bedroom and a kitchen on the other side, but like navigating your way around the back of this house, you're confident that you've seen all of the rooms. It doesn't look like there's a study. So kids' room, master bedroom, kitchen, and then the front entrance. You've kind of seen the whole layout.
I will then like loop around and like pretend to catch up with it.
Yeah, all right. As you do, you would hear the front door shut, as it is now just Darren out the front. He's kind of let his wife go back in. The last few days? I'm sorry,
Yes. To the best of your knowledge, can you recall the last few days?
what? Around a week and a half ago now, Mary said I could take a couple of weeks' leave while she had an automaton being set up in the shop. I've been here with the family. We went for a walk around the gardens a couple of days ago. But otherwise, just been enjoying the time off.
Have you walked around the tailor shop since then?
I try to avoid the workplace when I can. I haven't been around there.
But I'm hearing this.
Yeah, you'd be walking up as this is happening.
Can I see if he's lying to them as I'm walking up?
Yeah, give me an
Just want
insight.
to see if he's like fiddling.
I also want to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because
Me? Oh. You big. 7.
7.
Yeah, 7.
it was cocked or rolled.
Yeah.
18.
18. He seems genuinely perplexed by these questions and doesn't seem to be lying. He's like in loungewear and looks like he's been in the house for the
What
last
type
few
to take
days.
the magic? Is it
We insight checked the wrong one.
trying to take magic, like going off anything on his, like looking at his like eyes?
No,
Maybe?
just a dude, would seem.
We're really bad now.
I think we're barking up the wrong tree here.
We're sorry for the inconvenience that we brought you today.
No, it's quite all right.
We hope you have a lovely day with your family.
Is everything all right with Mary? Do I need to check in at the shop?
Oh no, everything's under control.
All right. Okay. Well, you just... If you're in contact with her, let her know if she needs me back. I can come back to work anytime. All right.
As we back off, did we tell her that we were going to talk to him?
No.
I think we mentioned that asked for his address.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think.
We should hurry, and I will start rushing
Starting
back.
back to the
I'm like in a jog,
Yeah.
I'm running after Strider.
Okay.
because I'm like, this is not good. She
This
knows,
is-
he knows when to ask questions, and if she's lying, she's going to be like, oh, those stories, they're not going to match up. The hurry. And if I've still got a bit of minute, still have to take magic.
Yeah.
I think that's 10 minutes, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
10
so
minutes
last
up to
bit.
30 feet. And you're running back?
Yeah.
Can I get a perception check with disadvantage as you sprint back to the shop?
It was recognized.
Oh, same.
Same roll. Perception, you said?
Yeah.
So 89, 20, 22, 23.
23. You definitely get a few head turns of people like, why the fuck are they sprinting down the main road?
With a legionnaire just running after you.
Are you in uniform?
I'm
I
in
assume you would at
my-
least have the shield on.
I have a shield, but I'm like in my casual.
Okay. Yeah.
Wear.
So only those that notice like the shield would probably notice that you're a legionnaire.
Yeah, I'm just. They can probably tell I'm not on duty,
Yes. Yeah.
right?
Sprinting back through the main street, you make it back to the shop, and you can see that Mary is kind of standing out the front with an individual, just kind of talking, and she's got a couple of different garments over her arms. They're having conversation out front.
Did I see anything on who should talk to or on the way there meant to take magic?
You do not.
Mary.
Yes. Why the rush?
I'm just really trying to figure. We got missions backed up, so we just need to get past this investigation as quickly as we can. We're just rushing about trying to figure it out for you.
Of course. Do we need to speak in private?
That would be beneficial.
Yes.
Just want another look at the store as well. That's all right.
Dylan, would you mind hanging around the front for a while? I need to attend to my guests. Sure. I'll have a look at the shirts. Right. Out the back?
Yes.
Takes you through to the warehouse.
I will look through the whole of the front with my detect magic as we get back as well.
Yep. I'll say probably like fades as you're entering here, but
Hints of residue or movement. Like a black light.
I mean, there's like as you enter here, you can kind of like spot the automaton dock in the back has a faint aura to it. There's a few markings where it looks like maybe a little bit more of that liquid has spilled on the way out, but other than that, nothing.
Does Darren have a station here in the shop?
He just works the desk while I'm out back tailoring, usually.
When was the last time you worked? Yeah.
I believe he came in yesterday.
Like to insight that.
Yeah, give me an insight check.
I incited as well, knowing now that the stories aren't quite matching.
Yeah,
up.
go for it.
Gonna ask another question before I incite, but I'll incite throughout my conversation.
9.
Yeah, those will just be ongoing insights.
Yeah,
Incite, well,
13.
it is one of my best. 26.
Damn! Reading it like a book.
Hard for either of Lily or Yorna to tell, but she seems to think that she's telling the truth. But now she is almost questioning herself. What did was it?
26.
26. Okay.
Someone's cooked here.
It's not so much that she's wondering if she's... It looks like in that question being asked again, she's maybe recognized something.
Okay. Your automaton. How many
Yes.
people is it? Do you have able to tell her where to go?
Just the day that it was delivered, myself and Darren attuned to the device.
What device do you have to tune to? So the
There's a core in the automaton itself.
okay. And how does this procedure work?
It's just familiarizing your old adventurers. Yes, you're familiar with attunement.
Yes.
Same procedure. It's just a little more difficult for common folk.
So do you think it's possible for someone just to sneak in here and attune to it?
I suppose it's not impossible, but it would likely wipe the attunement of ourselves.
If it can hold up to 2, why couldn't it hold 3?
Let's see how much she understands of this. Yes, I suppose you're right.
Furthermore, when you got this thing, did it walk in with the gear member? Or was it unconscious when it was moved?
It was brought in on its docking station and mounted in the back. It was deactivated, for lack of a better term.
Did the gear member attune to it to show you how it's done?
No, they just instructed us on the procedure.
Okay. Do you mind taking a seat for us?
Yes, of course.
I'll pull up another seat and do the whole front sit thing.
Yeah.
So it seems that I can tell by the way your veins near your throat kind of twitch that you're confused on if your friend really did work here yesterday. You're not quite sure. And I will purposely reveal my eyes. I'll look at her eye to eye.
All of you would notice that she immediately kind of clams up and almost looks visibly scared.
You're not in trouble. We're not here to start fights. We're just trying to understand, because your employee, is Dorian? What's his name? Darren. He
Yes.
said he wasn't here for about a week.
He's on leave.
You told him to go on leave, apparently, while...
The automaton is being installed.
You see, we're very confused to hear that he apparently was here.
He was here the day it was installed. He's not on leave.
No, no, I get it. Someone's disguised themselves. God damn it.
Is there something I should know?
I think someone who came in as
Looked.
Darren wasn't actually Darren.
Did you tell Darren to take leave?
No. He needed to be here to attune to the automaton that we'd be using.
Someone else is attuned to the
Which means
Is who?
someone pretended to be you, told him to leave, came back as him, and...
He was being quiet.
No, great.
Did he come with the gear person? How did he get? Was it
No, he arrived for his shift while they were installing it.
and
I
he
believe.
knew how to work it?
No, he sat through the attunement procedure with me.
I mean, his shift, his normal daily shift, working the register, selling things. Was he proficient like he normally is? Did he know how to do it all? So that could be a clue.
I mean, it was a short afternoon shift. I mean, I suppose he wasn't on his game. He knew enough. I wasn't
Did he
thrown off by it.
say anything he might be doing or going to, or any hint of some activity he might be doing?
No, he kept relatively quiet.
I want to rattle my brain. For any of my reading of monster books, monsters that could turn into people or whatnot, is there a difference between does a monster gain memories and or does a spell gain memories? Like this myself, if there's a difference between them.
Give me an Arcana check.
Chet did 4. I know everything.
You
It's fair, I'm not
you know of shape-shifting abilities, but have no idea of the capacity or limitations of any of those.
Can you please keep this to yourself for now while we look the case?
Of course. Am I still okay to keep the shop open?
Yes, if you run into Darren,
Yes.
act like things are normal, just in case it is him or it isn't.
Right. Should I let somebody know if he comes around?
Yes.
Yes. Don't let him see you, but if you notice that it's not acting right, maybe send someone to let us know if you can. So it's an emergency.
How far away is this tailor shop from my place?
She's pretty near the front of the city. It's probably like a 20, 30-minute walk.
Damn, how close is it to Oakburn?
Or maybe 5-10 minutes.
Okay. Then maybe actually send someone to Oakworm Inn.
Okay.
And just be like, could you please deliver some lunches?
To the Silken... What was the store name again?
To your store and maybe ask for Lily to deliver it. Who's offering?
All right.
She's staying there. Yeah.
Okay. Suddenly I feel very in danger.
I don't think you're
in danger.
Yeah. If they... It's going to sound really ruthless. If they wanted you dead, they would have done it already. There's no point. It's a waste.
I think they were just after the automaton. So you are safe, but if you would like, I can patrol around this vicinity and make sure that you stay unharmed, if that would make you feel better.
As long as there's someone nearby.
How long do I know from my adventuring days? How long does magic last in the air? Like faint.
As in what a detect magic could pick up?
Yeah.
How do you feel? Do you feel?
Detect magic, typically speaking, unless something is of like strong arcane significance, will only pick up active effects.
Okay.
Or enchanted goods.
Did you see what direction Darren went home that day?
The usual. Just down the main road.
Okay. Thank you. We'll be around.
Of course.
I'll walk out.
You hear her just going, Oakworm in lunch. Live. All right.
Oh, this poor lady.
Okay, we have 2 plays here. We stumble and see if we find anything going down the main thing and being careful. or we go tell us what we found.
Someone should stay here.
I don't think they have reason to come back.
You don't know that.
Oh, well, he hasn't shown up since the time.
Again, if we find something consistent to find, we might need all three of us. We're a team, we have to prioritize finding it. That at some time could hurt more people than.
I'm just worried about sleeping.
I'm sure she'll be fine. Plus, if we have people sit up here, then whoever's disguising or whatever creature will know that someone's onto it.
Surely you can have some guards stationed close by.
I'll let someone nearby know just to keep an eye on.
Okay. I will go then while Yorna does that. I'm gonna go find another message area and to send to
Yeah.
and I'll do another encoded message and I'll be like, discovery found, disguised person or creature that can turn into people has been pretending to be her and one of her employees. Her employee didn't attune. The disguised thing did.
All right.
And has controlled it. What should we do next? Send the letter here. Or meet here, and I will wait.
Then as that letter makes its way off, and you contemplate your next steps, I reckon we'll leave the session there and pick up with the rest of this investigation next time.